I would bet on that. 81.1%? Whew. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. Since June 13th, the Yankees are 18-29. And they've been horrible. So I'm almost wondering, the Red Sox have been so good. Was it that? Was it the Devers trade? What was it? So, I don't know. Did the Red Sox break the Yankees? Like, they're 21-6 since July 3rd. They have the best record in baseball. I'll give you more numbers on making the playoffs, but the Sox are a Major League best 24-8 in their last 32 games. Joe Math, that is 75%. They're an AL best 35-17 their last 52 games. That's 67%. Like, these are not trends, people. These are actual math and figures and what they've done over a handful of games. 52 games, playing at a 67% clip. It's outstanding. They've won 14 of their last 15 games at home. Since July 7th, they're 16-2 in their last 18 home games. And, the kids are eating for free, huh? To our friends at the 99, thank you. Everyone's loving it. 16-2 their last 18 games, and since June 30th, they're 23-5 their last 28 games. And what do they do today? They spend money. They invested in their young player. They make a big signing. Roman Anthony has signed an extension. 8 years, $130 million. There's a lot to read about. I got to get the magnifying glass later. I don't want to call it a Patriot deal just yet, but there's a lot of incentives in that one. Either way, who cares? The Red Sox have Roman Anthony signed through 2034. Ceddanne Rafaela through 2032. Brian Bayo through 2030. Hey, Garrett Crochet, you like him? He was pretty good last night. He is signed until 2031. And speaking of Garrett Crochet, I don't know. Since July 3rd, he's 5-0 with a 1.91 ERA with almost 40 strikeouts during that span. So, what's next? You got Anthony today on the big deal. You've already done Rafaela, Crochet, and Bayo. I should throw Christian Campbell into the mix too. Why not? Is the Alex Bregman deal coming next? What's he thinking? I know his agent, Scott Boras. Would Scott Boras ever sign a deal this early? Probably not. I probably have to look at some of his clients and what happened there. It's a good thing Roman Anthony signed. I think we're starting to see a real change in baseball where I think people realize or look at it as the Red Sox used to spend so much money 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Where I think now they want to get these guys under team-controlled deals, but give them their money. So instead, you're paying for their current prime. Instead of, well, I don't know, when you're 28 years old and he's going to get $400 or $500 million. You would hope they would keep guys like that. You hope. But I think the way the game is now and the way the trends are now, it's getting these guys under a controllable deal, a comfortable deal. Give them their money early. Give them that peace. Take the pressure off potentially trying to go for that big contract. You get $5 million up front. You're going to get some millions over the years. It's a good deal for everybody. I know some people look at it as, are they going to sell spending money on this? I think they did sell and spend. I do. There's one deal, and I got our intern Luke here tonight looking into this, but the one deal that I can compare the Roman Anthony deal to is Corbin Carroll, who I believe signed an 8-year, $110 million deal. So if you look at trends and not think about what life was like 25 years ago or 20 years ago when the Red Sox always spent, this is now a trend in Major League Baseball. You want to get these guys under controllable deals. Give them their money. Yeah, that's a handsome amount of money. But they gave Roman Anthony more than Corbin Carroll, who just signed a recent deal. And that's the way I look at the Red Sox spending money. I'm not going to back John Henry for anything and not spending over the years, but I will applaud him on getting a deal done. So This shouldn't stop them from spending more of the Rafael Devers money in the offseason on a pitcher or getting a long-term deal at first base or any of that. But they have a handful of guys locked up until 2030. The Red Sox are a playoff team today. And to give you those playoff odds once again, okay, this is through Fangraphs. Today's August 6th. This is why I'm doing this. On June 6th, they had a 12.5% chance of making the postseason. On July 6th, they had a 25.8% chance. It's now August 6th, and they have an 80.5% chance of getting in to the playoffs this year. That is some wild, wild numbers. The Red Sox are for real. I already said it. Why not the Red Sox this year? I said it before the deadline. I'm not taking a victory lap because I know they're going to disappoint us at some point. I still feel they don't have enough bats and they don't have that front of the rotation guy. And I don't know if Chapman's going to hang on. But what I do know is if they don't make the playoffs, colossal failure. Colossal failure. And most of the fans will blame ownership and blame Breslow for not getting deals done. And it will probably be Alex Cora who's the fall guy. But the reason why I brought up the Alex Bregman thing, if Cora doesn't get them into the playoffs and is the fall guy, you could kiss Bregman goodbye. I'd try to get that deal done. I know there was talks about it. I don't think Boris will do it, but you know what? If you're going to sell spending some money, might as well lock it into a guy like Alex Bregman after just locking up Roman Anthony. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Your thoughts on the signing of Roman. It is the Roman Empire. It's going to be here for a long, long time. We'll look more into the deal. I know a lot of people had thoughts across the media today regarding the Roman extension, and I just have a few questions that I do want to get into and look at more some of these long-term commitments as well. And the Red Sox have been hot at Fenway Park, and they did it again last night with Garrett Crochet. We'll get into all those details. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
hoping to keep the focus on baseball. So what went into the decision to engage in discussions now rather than in the offseason?
Kind of just piggybacking off that last answer, just wanting to be here and knowing what I know now, and with 2 months of experience under my belt, and living in Boston and being in this city, and the way that these fans are so connected to us as a team, and being with my teammates and this staff and the front office down, everyone that shows up here every day. It's a special place, and it was a pretty simple decision for me. I wanted to be here.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports. That was Roman Anthony at a press conference today. The whole family was there, everybody who's wondering. Some beautiful pictures down there today. But Roman Anthony happy to be in Boston, loves the city, although he's only been there for 2 months. So I have questions. And you can call in at 617-779-0985. All right, Skaz, I got to bring you in on this one. So I'm a little shocked at the move because, there are guys that do wait until free agency. And to give you some of those names, I guess, Soto was one, right? There are some great players wait for free agency, and they get the big deals. So I don't know how common that is anymore. So, how my opening take was people think that the Red Sox, aren't spending like they used to. They're still spending the same amount. It's just times have changed, and they're not spending it as much or wastefully. I also think the other thing is it's changing now with players on rookie deals. They are taking deals early. So I'm used to these guys all wait until they're a free agent. And then they're going to get $400 million. Soto getting $600, right? So that was my first one. Here's my question to you, Skaz. What was the reason they didn't bring up Roman Anthony earlier? Weren't they talking about service time? Wasn't like a service time like a big deal? So, my whole thing is if you're going to do the deal now, what was that whole holdup? What, you couldn't use him earlier in the year? It frustrates me. I love the deal. But that's frustrating. What the hell was all that about?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think a lot of Red Sox fans felt the same way earlier in the season when he should have been up and wasn't up for what felt like an extended period of time. But, yeah, I have no complaints about the deal. I want Roman Anthony on the Boston Red Sox. I want him on the Boston Red Sox for as long as possible, especially if it's going to be $180 million and, escalators up to $230, depending on his, rookie of the year and MVP voting. And it seems like there's some interesting stipulations there. But yeah, I don't really see how you couldn't like this deal. I mean, if you want to be upset about not calling him up earlier or be upset that they haven't done more outside of, Roman Anthony, that's fine. But I struggle to find the issue with this one, Joe.
Okay, we're in. We both like the deal in, okay? Now let's talk about the other stuff. I look at guys like, Bobby Dahlbeck when he was here, right? I mean, even Cassis. Clearly, I think Roman Anthony's on a better trajectory than those guys. Those guys didn't get money. One of them's still in the minor leagues. The other's hurt. That's maybe they're used as the hey, if you can get a deal early, that's a little bit more than what the guy Corbin Carroll got who got a similar deal. You should think of that deal.
Look at Crochet. He's undervalued. You've only had him for 1 year. We'll see how he holds up, but that contract's looking great right now. They did it with Campbell. They gave him money early. Now he's back in AAA, so I think there's some mixed feelings there. But this is the Atlanta Braves approach. This is what they did with their guys. I mean, Mike Trout signed a $100 million contract very early on in his career. So this isn't unheard of. And I'm, not that you want to be the Angels, but I think this is kind of what happens with some of these stars now that don't want to wait, 6 years, 7 years to finally get a paycheck. Roman Anthony said, I'm in a good situation. I like where I'm at. And if you're going to give me $180 million, I'm going to sign. So I give the Red Sox credit.
So if you want to look at it, right, this Devers deal, I wish they would just at some point say, hey, we didn't want to invest the $230 million in that one player anymore. I hope they say that someday. But if you really want to look in the money, they have reinvested it into guys, right? Crochet got $170 million. Anthony's getting $130 million. So if that's how they're saying, hey, look at us, the money we saved on Devers, look what we spent it into. My whole thing is, don't make this stop you from getting a pitcher next year or future first baseman, right? Any of that. The kid's 21 years old. He's played 2 months. He got $130 million. Like, I'm happy about it. It's just sometimes it's unheard of. Giving a guy that kind of money. I mean, hey, they did it. You mentioned it. They did it with Crochet, right? It's working. It looks great right now. The deal was previously reported as a $230 million max. Now, if he's a part of the MVP awards, if he's in the Rookie of the Year voting or is an All-Star, he'll make more money. There are escalators in year 2031, 32, and 33, and then there's that option year in 2034. So there are big-time escalators in these deals. But he'd get an extra $2 million if he was the American League MVP. Like, I don't know how much he can reach all of those. But the deal, though, I need a magnifying glass to read that one because I'm happy with it. Very happy with it. Very happy with it. Somebody wants to tell me that Soto signed for $660 million. That was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. And he got it as a free agent. What I'm trying to say is guys like this sometimes wait until free agency to get the $600 million. Instead, now he's going to take $230. And then, I don't know, maybe his next deal's guys, he gets $400 million, then he'll get $630 million. Not a bad approach, right? Let's talk to Danny's in Taunton. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan. Okay. Josh is in Boston. Josh.
Joe, what's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
So, interesting degenerate bet. So, right before we were going to get Joe Ryan, or we were supposed to get Ryan, he was fourth on the Cy Young voting on FanDuel. So, you're thinking maybe he's going to go get it. And the Cubs at the time still do have one of the largest point differentials and a big kind of home run squad. And so, teams that have two Cy Youngs and the teams that have a lot of home runs are typically the ones that make it far, right? And it was interesting to see that the Cubs-Red Sox World Series at the time was plus 7,000. Now it's plus 6,000. I just think it's kind of funny that we don't have any new players, and they still brought us down 1,000. So it was kind of a fun degenerate bet at a plus 8,000 Cubs-Red Sox World Series.
It's to bait people to put more money on that.
Yeah, it's just weird though. Like,
no, it's not. I don't think it's weird because I bet you there are people out there right now that are like, man, the Red Sox are so good, we should bet them to win the World Series.
Well, this was back, over a month ago, so I just thought it was.
What is it?
Just wanted to share.
Do you know what it is today?
Today it's plus 6,000 Red Sox.
It was 7. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, now dropped. I was just curious because if you look at it, like, I don't think a lot of people talk about it. I never heard anybody on 98.5 talk about it, but Joe Ryan was like fourth in MVP voting.
Yeah, do you know who was third?
Was it Crochet or no? Who else was it?
Sadat and Raffaello at the All-Star break.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say Cy Young. I'm sorry, Cy Young.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, who's Cy Young now? Is it
still Crochet? I believe it's Skubal and Crochet.
Okay, who would you pick, Crochet or Skubal?
I guess if the Red Sox are winning, you got to go Crochet, right?
But look what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if the Red Sox keep doing what they're doing, which, cross your fingers, they're the same team as last year if you look at the record,
I would probably go Crochet at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get it.
No, I mean, it's good value right now. It's some plus 2 something, but it's good value. So I appreciate you listening, Joe. I
love the betting talk, man. I'm here.
Awesome, man.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Love betting talk. I wrote a betting article today about the Patriots. It's on 98.5thesportshub.com. It has every bet this year for the Patriots. We got Anthony on Roman Anthony. Did you know that his dad's name is Anthony and his son's name is and his grandfather's name is Anthony as well?
I did not. That is a little known fact, but that's a lot of Anthony's for one family. But I think
Tony.
Yes. So I think you said, why did they keep them down the minors? That's Breslow and the analytics and the model to keep them around for longer. And I think the signing is maybe driven from ownership. John Henry looking at, hey, let's score a PR win here, offer him a lot of money. He'll be 29-30 when the deal's over, and we don't have to pay him the $500 million.
He might not even be here for that.
Right. So I think maybe this is an ownership overriding Breslow and the model that their efficiency will come.
Anthony, it was one of my takes for tonight. I was going to ask Gaz, do you think the pressure from the deadline, was this a move to appease the fan base?
No,
I agree.
I don't think that's the business they're in right now. I think they're in the business of, they look at this. This is a no-brainer. Like, this isn't to make the fan. This is for them. This is for the baseball team. Like, I'm not gonna.
Well, Anthony's happy.
Yes,
they're happy.
The fans are happy.
Let's be happy.
Yeah, the team's playing well. I don't think they needed a PR bump now.
They don't know.
Like, maybe immediately.
They
after
traded
the deadline.
Devers after a sweep of the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that's a baseball. They made a baseball move, and I want to give them credit for it.
No. I will say this though. There are some things I don't want to pig wee. What was that wee from the pig?
Yeah.
If everybody likes the deal, just like Cora last year, right? Everybody liked the deal.
I don't know if you were listening today. It didn't sound like everybody liked the deal.
I'm only being critical because, guys, we lived in an era where guys waited for their free agent year, and they got their money. Guys got their money. They waited it out. They got their money. Were they happy, though? Did they go to the right place? Did they continue to put up the numbers? Like, I do feel like if the Red Sox want to invest in their young talent, isn't that what we've always wanted them to do?
Yeah, and it saves them money in the short term. Well, in the long term, depending on how you want to look at it. Eventually, they will have to pay Roman Anthony, $400-500 million at some point.
That's what I mean. I don't know if Henry's. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to. Who knows? I don't think it's fair to do that.
I know, but 8 years from now, Skaz.
Yeah, who knows if John Henry still owns the team?
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
Like, didn't Wick Grossbeck just do this?
Yeah, well, he paid everybody and then got out of Dodge, so yeah.
And then the new owner was like, hell no.
It's like, yeah, you guys.
We ain't paying that.
Can I interest you in R.J. Lewis Jr.?
Remember him? Big East tournament?
Yeah.
Great play. Got
Latino
benched.
guy.
Got benched in the
UMass.
He got benched in the tournament. But you know what? Scored 18 points per game. Woof. Oh, we're going to talk to Barstool Greenie about that one tonight. We're going to talk to Claudia Bellafato as well. Just got the new gig over at Patriots.com. So we'll talk to her at 8:20. We got Barstool Greenie as well. And more of your calls on Roman Anthony, the extension. Oh, and guess what? The Red Sox have a lead once again. We'll tell you what the score is right now in Sports Hub Headlines.
Sports Hub Headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox lead the Royals right now 2-0 in the second inning. And while everybody's happy over there, I just saw Roman Anthony make a nice play in left field as well because he's back in the lineup tonight. And he is a little richer tonight. $130 million at 21 years old. There's a lot of incentives in there too. Good deal. Roman's happy. The Red Sox are happy, and he got paid. So maybe you guys can fact check this one on me. I put Luke, our intern, on the case, so maybe back me up here, Luke, if it's right or wrong. But I wanted to just look at the contract extension from Roman Anthony and compare it to some of the others. So I keep bringing up Corbin Carroll's deal with the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll got 8 years, $111 million. Do you know he only had 38 days of service time? How about Bobby Witt Jr.? 11 years, $289 million. Jackson Merrill, 9 years, $135. Wander Franco, I know you mentioned him, Luke. 11 years. Oh, they have to pay that, right? By the way, 11 years, $182 million. Not good. Ronald Acuna. I think we all know about that deal. 7 years, $100 million. He had less than a year of service time. Michael Harris of the Braves. You mentioned the Braves earlier, Skaz. He only had 81 days. They gave him 8 and 72. You guys know who Luis Robert was? He played for the White Sox. He signed his 6-year, 40. Julio Rodriguez. He's pretty good, right? You see any of these?
That's what I was just about to say, Joe. Julio Rodriguez.
Well, he got.
You say Luis Robert like it's in the past tense. I mean, I know he's not fantastic anymore.
He didn't get traded, right?
No, he hasn't gotten traded. He plays for the White Sox. Cut the guy some slack.
What did I cut the guy slack? What did I say?
Luke only
did
comes
I sound
in
like
hot.
he died?
Luke
Yeah, you remember Luis Robert years ago?
Yeah, but Luis, you know what it is? I have his rookie cards. But Luis Robert got $50 million.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah.
So like the White Sox suck, right? Well, actually, they got the same amount of wins as the Yankees.
What's Luis
over the last
Robert's
3 months.
contract?
Well, I thought it was again according to this list I'm looking at.
6 years, $50 million.
There you go. See
That's nothing.
Yeah,
that's nothing
for him.
Yeah,
that actually might be a more gross of an underpay than what Acuna got.
Okay, I just want you to know, Luke, I like the deal. I'm comparing the deal. I'm localizing the Roman Anthony deal to the other deals.
You know, it's a deal that I love that was on a rookie contract. So Don Rafaela.
Yeah, what was his?
I believe it was 8 for 50.
So he got 8 for 50, the same deal as Luis. Who would you rather have?
No. Robert got 6 for 50.
6 for 50? Okay. Oh, not bad.
Not bad at all. Rafaela did get 8 for 50.
Yeah. So Rafaela is going to make just over $6 million until what? 2032. Hey, can I throw this out there?
Please.
You know, we really didn't get into this Bryce Harper, Rob Manfred thing. Like, a player basically told the commissioner to F off. Or did.
Isn't that a good thing?
I love it. I love it. But where I'm going with it, where I think it's a bad thing is, I just told Jake the story because I found out that Jake was how old today? 22?
I believe so.
And I asked him if he knew who Stained was.
He did not.
He did not. Either did. It was a sad day. Because I remember, like, when he was born, yeah, I was.
You were listening to Stain.
I was, yes. That makes me sad. Anyways, where was I going with that?
Jackson Merrill, Joe. What about that?
Yeah, I mentioned his name.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you weren't listening?
Yeah, sorry.
When the hosts aren't listening. I don't even remember where I was going. Oh, the work stoppage. I was telling him about 1994. Again, you were there for it, guys. The Montreal Expos were the best team in baseball, and a strike happened. The season ended. It ruined baseball for a very, very long time. Very long time. And that's when steroids and stuff really got introduced to the game to make people come back. I am worried about a work stoppage. I am extremely worried about a work stoppage. Extremely worried about a work stoppage. And I think having a player like Roman Anthony, Ceddanne Rafaela, Garrett Crochet, Brian Bayo, Garrett Whitlock, all these guys, having them under good deals when potentially there could be salary caps. Does that have anything to do with these deals? I'm going to, once again, Skaz, say this was a good baseball deal on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, if the lockout was coming, wouldn't ownership just not give him the contract and say, we'll figure it out afterwards? If, they wanted to, save the money instead of giving, I know he only got 50. What did he get up front? Was it 5 or 50? I don't even know.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Roman Anthony. But you're saying like the lockout, wouldn't they just push it past if they were trying to do that and not sign him at all?
Well, no, then they'd have to give him more money, right? Like if it never happens.
Well, okay,
I feel like this
never happens.
I guess what I'm saying is they're insuring themselves on a nice, comfortable deal that they can afford that he likes in case of a work stoppage. And I just wanted to throw that into the equation. I think about it often. Like, if the commissioner of baseball wants to bring up a salary cap, not good. Not good.
$5 million for the signing bonus. $5 million. So, you want to give me $5 million?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is why I bring up Cassis and Dahlbeck, right? Guys like them. They have service times, guys. Like, we can say whatever we want about... Dahlbeck's probably a 4A player. He probably is that. Cassis is better. We think he's better than that. But now he's got a bum leg, and he's made no money. And he's still under team control and might not ever make money. I wonder if they look at that and see that, and they're like, I'll take the $5 million now. Let's talk to Jason. He's in Derry. Jason?
What's up, guys? Anybody that's hating on the Rempire take today is asinine. They should be put to pasture. And then, as of this morning, when I checked, Crochet's stat line leads the league. This is all of baseball. Leads the league in wins.
Yep.
Leads the league in Ks. Leads the league in ERA. And he was like 2 spots behind that kid from Pittsburgh, over 5th of a run on ERA. The guy's an animal.
Paul Skeens.
Skeens, yeah.
Do you know what I like about Crochet more than those numbers you're telling me about? He is nasty to right-handed hitters. He has this sweeper, dude, that, like, I don't think anybody can hit or guess on, dude. I think right now he's on. If he's healthy, dude, I don't see him struggling the rest of the way.
Oh, I like his focus, too. He doesn't get too wild or anything. The guy's ready to go every night.
Yeah, they gave him extra time, and he certainly looked like he needed it last night and was awesome. He was awesome last night. Justin's in Lynn. Justin.
Hey, Joe, I want to tell you, I'm very happy with the deal with Roman Anthony. I think it shows the commitment to winning. And when I had you on my show, we talked about ownership committing to winning. And I think finally you're seeing them go into a direction for this team to put together a long stretch of winning for years to come.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
I'm excited for years to come. I just, we have a common listener that's on Twitter that just said, complaining about a contract to a kid who has no reason to bitch makes as much sense as bitching. It's got to take about something. I just want to let you guys know that we all, actually the three of us that are here tonight, intern Luke. Luke, you like the deal, right? Thumbs up. You like the deal? Skaz, you like the deal?
Yeah, big fan. I think Luke said it made his year. I think that was his quote pre-show.
I like the deal. I'm shocked they could do this.
I'm shocked Roman Anthony accepted. From his perspective.
Yes. So just again, for the listeners that don't listen often or only heard what selective listening is what I call it, or hearing, we like the deal.
Roman Anthony on the baseball team, good.
What I did was I brought up other guys that have signed similar deals.
Mike Trout.
Not negative.
Ronald Acuna, yes.
The deal's comfortable. We just brought up how good Sidon Rafaela's deal is compared to Louis Robert.
Good.
Right? That's good, right?
Good.
I hope people... I brought up a strike. That's not good.
Strike, bad.
That's bad.
Bad. Lockout, bad.
I think we agreed that this was a baseball deal, not about feeling the pressure or any of that stuff.
No, I don't think I think, probably more for worse than for better. I don't think the Red Sox really cater to that as much anymore. I think that was more of a Lucchino and Warner thing when they would, sign the Carl Crawfords and the Pablo Sandovals and your Adrian Gonzalez because they were names. This feels more like a shrewd baseball move, which I know you want to criticize because it's the Red Sox being shrewd, but they're getting ahead of one of the most talented young prospects in baseball and trying to lock him up long term. For me, good.
You know what it is, guys? I think Red Sox fans, specifically the older ones, 40 plus, I'm 43. They were used to the new Red Sox ownership at all costs to be better than the Yankees. It's just not like that anymore.
How's that super pen working out for the Yankees?
Again, the White Sox have more wins in the last, since June, whatever the Red Sox played them, 3rd, 6th, whatever it was. They have just as many wins as the White Sox.
That, not good.
Not good. I don't know if Aaron Boone's going to make it.
I hope he does. I hope he's their manager forever.
I think if they get out of it, he'll be the guy to help them get out of it.
The home run off Wakefield was my first real sports memory, one of the worst moments of my childhood. But if it led to Aaron Boone being the manager of the Yankees for all these years, it may have been worth it because they constantly disappoint and just ruin their fans' summer and fall. And to me, Joe, that is a great joy.
May I just mention that Aaron Boone never, ever managed in the minor leagues.
Not good.
He was just given the job. He was just given a job with a GM who knows how to make moves. That's all. All right. Well, hey, there was Patriots camp. I want to do Celtic stuff later tonight. I gotta talk about them. They got
Joe,
lost today.
Remember when Chris Boucher tried to fight Missoula, or Missoula tried to fight Chris Boucher?
Chris Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Hit a lot of threes last year. They need a big, right? I mean, he's a double-digit scorer and a big. They got him for $3 million. I want to talk about it later. But camp continued today. Joint practices. We have more next here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Roses came out. No, if I had a chance to see Bon Jovi, I would.
Do you think Drake May knows who Bon Jovi is?
Maybe because Robert Kraft said it.
Before today.
He might know. I don't know. He might know Living on a Prayer. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa. No.
Do you think he would know that was Bon Jovi, though? I lean no.
I mean, Jake didn't know Stained. Who's never heard the song? It's been a while since I heard. No, for real. Who hasn't heard? I like when that blows my mind. It blows my mind. Again, Linkin Park was in town the other night and people were going nuts. Did you know Goo Goo Dolls was playing tonight in Guilford?
No, I didn't know that.
The Dashboard Confessional.
A little 3 a.m.?
Well, no.
It must be raining, right?
No. That's
Matchbox 20.
That's Matchbox 20. No. Goo Goo Dolls has
Iris, right? That's the big one.
Give up forever to touch you.
My apologies. How could I ever confuse
or
the
Slide?
Two?
Oh yeah, I know. Skaz. I got to tell you, I know you're being cheeky, but it was during the '90s. It was a little hard to differentiate. Right? Because it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. And you're like, who is that? Like, is that Sugar Ray? No, that's Matchbox 20. Oh, okay. And Goo Goo Dolls had Slide. Anyways, what a day today. Bon Jovi. Alex Barth was there too. Jason Tatum was there. We'll get into more camp stuff here on the other side. And what do we expect for Friday at the actual preseason game? And we got some stuff from today. Sounds like Will Campbell had himself a good day. We'll get into that coming up here on the other side. And again, you can follow us on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and you can chat in there. I see our friends in there. Carrie Ann, Joe, Nation, Colby, Ryan, Christopher. Oh, that's all I got right now. We'll go to a headline. I'm Joe Murray, no commercials.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBZ FM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Essential Sports Hub headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox lead the Royals right now 2-1. Bottom of the third inning, Romy Gonzalez with an RBI, 2 RBI double. It's done pretty well so far tonight. Dustin May getting the start for the Sox in his debut. He's got a couple of strikeouts so far. The big news today, though, Roman Anthony has signed an extension with the Red Sox. It's 8 years, $130 million. He has a chance with incentives to make an additional $100 million. It was Patriots joint practices today with Washington. We'll get into what happened today. A little scrum out on the field as well. And Kayshon Boutte continues to make big plays for the Sox. And we got more information today on the Celtics, who have officially signed Max Shulga to a 2-way contract. Headlines, they are brought to you by our good friends, and of course they are our good friends, over at Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential, commercial, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning, day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update is soon.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
Your coach is in the pile. Your coach gets a cut on his right.
Yeah.
What's that say about him?
No, I think, like I said, that's what we're trying to build, I think. And it starts with the coach, starts with the head coach, the intensity, bringing it every day, taking no crap, we're out there on the field. But also it comes at a time where with our guys offensively and getting over there and getting some tussles and kind of having some penalties and extra after the whistle can get us in trouble. But for mentality, I like it. I think that's what you want. I mean, I almost got in there, but I think maybe another day, maybe.
Drake May today talking about the scrum at practice today. So let's talk about it. I wasn't there. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a journalist. I just ask people what they see when they're there. Before I get into that, topic on the show, it's a side topic, is what is in Luke's container tonight. And he's got a clamshell styrofoam container tonight.
Just some barbecue tenders. Nothing too crazy tonight.
can't smell it.
I can smell it. Yeah.
You can smell it though.
Yes.
I got nothing.
Strong.
What does he got for sauces back there?
I got nothing tonight, Joe. Unfortunately, I know, terrible of me. I agree.
What would you dip barbecue tenders in?
My first choice would be ranch.
In?
Are you a blue cheese guy, Joe?
I don't. I love both.
Okay. If you had to choose, what would you choose?
With barbecue tenders, I would go ranch.
Okay.
If it was buffalo, I'd go blue cheese.
Okay. I would go ranch for both, but I don't hate it.
If it was garlic parm, I would choose whatever they gave me.
I'll eat the blue cheese. I'm just not as big of a fan. Like, I'm clearly like ranch comfortably.
You're a ranch guy. You carry ranch in your pocketbook?
No, but I enjoy blue cheese as well.
Do you know that Kendra, when she was here last night, has things in her pocketbook when she needs them?
Yeah. She always says, I think it's like hot sauce. Yeah, there's a couple staples in there.
I don't have anything. Know what I do have, actually? You guys know what flossers are, right?
Yeah, like for your teeth?
Yeah, like an actual,
floss picks, the picks.
Yeah, the floss picks.
Yeah.
Now,
you carry those around, Joe?
I carry one or two in my wallet.
I like
Interesting.
that.
Because you never know when you get a little...
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the only thing I carry with me.
I usually have a thing of Zin on me, but that's
fun. But
that's
you know what?
about it. Yeah.
Hey, I used to always have papers on me. All
Yeah.
like it just... Back 20 years ago, guys. Back in the day when it was the Wild Wild
A little
West.
tougher to find out there. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Speaking of the Wild Wild West, joint practice has got a little bloody today. So, all right, I wasn't there, but it sounds like it. I heard there was a one scrum and then a big one.
A big one.
So the first one was Kayshon Boutte, Marshawn Lattimore. Are they former Louisiana guy? I don't know why I feel like there's a little something there. But it kind of got a little spirited. And then I think the next one was Travion Henderson in a passing drill, laid some dude out. And it came down to Mike Vrabel trying to get involved, was under the pile and came up bleeding. So, whatever. I mean, like, we didn't know Mike Vrabel was a hardo?
I was aware, Joe. Were you aware?
I don't want anyone thinking we're being dicks right now, okay?
You think calling Mike Vrabel a hardo is an outrageous take?
No, no. It's been. I don't want to take the approach of somebody who hasn't been down there crapping on what's being reported.
Take the Patriots out of it, Joe. I think today was a good everyone report. People that were down there say it was a good practice. That makes me happy. I'm glad they had a good practice. Take the Patriots out of it.
I heard Will Campbell was good.
Yes, love that.
I actually didn't even hear a bad word about Will Campbell today.
Great.
I didn't hear anything about his arms.
Love it. I think the Patriots are trending in the right direction. Take all that out of it. You hear that a coach of an NFL team gets into a scrum during joint practices and is bloodied up during it. Hard O'Toole is the first thought that comes to mind.
If it wasn't the Patriots
if this
coach,
was Dan Campbell,
I would call him a hardo. If this was Jim Harbaugh, I'd call him a hardo.
Thank you. That's
if this
all.
was Liam Cohen, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Let's just be realistic here. Mike Vrabel, better coach than Gerard Mayo. I think the Patriots are trending in the right direction.
Did Dan Quinn get involved, too, with his backwards hat?
I don't think so.
Was Cliff Kingsbury getting his manicured hands dirty?
I heard Vrabel took some shots at him, which
yes.
I liked.
I love that. You know what, though? For real. Can we have some fun?
Guess what, Joe? I want my football head coach to be a football hardo. I think the head coach of your football team, in most cases, should be a football hardo. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Okay. I think we agree on that. Cliff Kingsbury or Josh McDaniels?
Who's the quarterback? Because that's all that matters when it's those guys. They both stink unless they have a good quarterback.
One's Drake May and one's Josh McDaniel. One's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels is a lot older and better than playing quarterback than Drake May is right now. He's played a lot more football. He has better weapons.
So who would be better with Jaden Daniels?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Who would be better with Drake May?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Thank you. Okay, you answered the question. I sometimes feel like I'm trying to pull answers out of people, like Luke.
I should have asked you a question
pissed.
there.
He's
I
like,
should
what
have asked
did
a question.
Well, no. I asked you what would you. Know what, Luke? In your defense, I did ask you what you would dip your chicken into, and you went ranch right away. So I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Apology accepted.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
I was like, it's like the 50 Cent. Man.
I know,
Like,
but
tonight,
you know
what did I
it
do?
is?
Jeez.
Dude, I was an intern years ago, and all they did was pick on me. But you know what? They liked me.
Yeah, it's a bad thing if we're not talking about you or talking to you.
So like, yeah. So yes, I might just out of nowhere be like, yeah, well, you think like Luke, and it's like, dude, what did I even do? And you're right, you did nothing. You're just guilty by association behind the glass, I guess. We're going to talk to Claudia Bellafato coming up in a bit. She got a new gig. You may have seen her. We used to do the old weekly spread on NBC Sports Boston together. Then she was on Nesson, DraftKings. She was with Mike Golick doing something. And now she's doing Patriots.com. So we'll catch up with her in a bit and get her thoughts on everything that's happening down there. Mike Vrabel today says Drake May will get a lot of reps. What does he mean by reps during preseason game? And I am curious who's playing, but Mike Vrabel today said Drake May will get a lot of reps. Most everybody that's healthy should expect to play in the game. How long they'll play? I don't know. But we'll have to prepare to play football games and prepare to win football games. Oh, what's the betting line for that game? Because Washington, who is Washington's backups, guys? Without looking it up, who do you think it would be? I don't know why I have Carson Wentz in my brain.
Is it Mariota?
Oh, it was last year. You're right, it was. Because remember
he played well, I thought.
Yeah, remember he played in the red zone a couple of times, too.
Yeah.
Plus he knew, I think, Kingsbury's offense, was it? Yeah, Marcus Mariota. And then oh my God, Josh Johnson is still in football? How old is Josh Johnson? I gotta know.
He is 39 years old, Joe.
Imagine getting a paycheck at 39 to play quarterback.
Drafted in 2008.
Do you know who who their young quarterback is?
Handsome guy.
I wouldn't call him young, though.
Real handsome.
Sam Hartman.
Notre Dame, right?
Notre Dame. Where did he play first? Wake Forest, right? And then Notre Dame?
That sounds right, yeah.
I pulled some cards this week in the new Luminance box that came out. And the guy that just kept popping up was Riley Leonard, Notre Dame quarterback. Just kept popping up on there this week. What else happened at camp today that we saw here? Oh, no Stephon Diggs, and then he came out. Sounds like the defense had its struggles. Drake May was pretty good. Chris Tonga, the third defensive tackle, I guess, had a pretty good day today. I think that's really all I have for notes on the day. We got Deshaun. He's in Virginia. Deshaun.
Hello, guys. How you guys doing?
Yo.
Okay, you guys looked at this practice today, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm calling on a lot of shows, like early on, like I hear a lot of Patriots beat writers at times and journalists like constantly criticizing this team, what they don't have, this, that, and the third. But this practice should have told you basically that, hey, you see on Washington without Terry McLaurin, it kind of look like crap or whatever. So I wonder how much better are the other teams across the league than New England? Because if you just go down from roster-wise, like I said, as much as people want to praise other teams, I mean, they still got to see us too, because the Patriots actually have some quality pieces, unlike they've had, for the past 6 years now. So sometimes I ask the question to a lot of these people that be as far as the naysayers, how much better are these other teams? Because I'm telling you, the New England Patriots will be much better than what people think.
All right, well, Deshaun, this is what I would tell you to do. I wrote an article today on 98.5thesportshub.com. Just go to shows, click Joe Murray, and then you'll see my article. I gave out every single bet this year, and you can see where the Patriots rank against all the other teams when it comes to Vegas betting odds. Thank you. Because I'll go over it later in the show. Vegas had them at 7.5. It's now 8.5. There's money coming in on the Patriots. The steam is coming in. They won 4 games last year. They're favored in 11. There's a lot of hype around the Patriots for a guy who's won 1 game and a coach that has struggled. Yes, he made an AFC championship game. He has. But do you know that he struggled the last couple of years? Oh, and Josh McDaniels is here. Oh, the defense, blah. I just think what could go wrong? What could go wrong? All right, we're going to talk to Claudia Bellafato. get her thoughts on everything. She was at Patriots camp today, got a new gig, and we'll have her on next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The
Wow, what a circus it was today. Mike Vrabel's getting bloody. Jason Tatum was there. Bon Jovi was there. It was just a absolutely wild day. Another person that was there today joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. It's Claudia Bellafato. Claudia, how are you tonight?
Joe, I'm good. So good to be talking with you. Today was madness. Bon Jovi looks good, by the way. I don't know how old he is, but he looks good.
He still got it. I was just telling I was telling Skaz and our intern, who I think is 20. I was like, man, you guys, man, living on a prayer. It was the jam. The stuff you guys get, that's soft Bon Jovi.
Banger.
But it was a busy day, and I want to. I've been trying to have you on for a while. I know we used to do the TV show on NBC Sports Boston. I see you on there. I see you on CBS. You're doing stuff with draft. You're everywhere. But today, you were named the was it pre and post game on Patriots.com? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Very exciting. So first official show will be on Friday with the preseason game. It'll be me, Paul Perillo, Matt, Evan Lazar is popping on there. It's going to be fun. Hour pregame and then 2 hours postgame every game day.
There you go. Paulie P, friend of the show here. Also, I live in Peabody. He's a Peabody guy, so we text often, so I can always throw you some stuff to give him jabs if you ever need it. But what'd you see today for the Pats? I mean, I wasn't down there, but today at least the reporting that I heard was things looked pretty good, or at least looked like a football team that's on the right track. Was that somewhat your point of view today regarding the Patriots?
Yeah, and I mean, I think this was the first time we actually saw the team trying. Aaron Rodgers always calls preseason practices not real football, and I kind of see it that way too, because you're not going to give it your all until you're up against other guys, and you could definitely see a shift in how they were playing overall. I think May looked really good, although the pressure, of course, is not going to emulate exactly what it's going to be in game and real games, but he looked good under pressure. He looked really calm. He was finding those tight windows in the red zone. Matt Collins, who is one of the most interesting players to watch, the way he decorates his jerseys and all that, but he found him in a tight window in the end zone. We saw a lot of Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper. I wanted to see a little bit more of Kyle Williams, but overall, the connection with Pop Douglas in the middle of the field, him and May looked really good. So on the offensive side, I was happy with all that. Will Campbell, after a few practices where people were let down, I think he bounced back. He looked good. And then on the other side, I was out there watching the defense. They actually forced Jaden Daniels to make some pretty brutal throws, and I think that's the juxtaposition of having a crazy rookie year, rookie of the year in Jaden Daniels, Drake May, same draft class, very different quarterbacks, but the defense was forcing Jaden Daniels to look pretty pedestrian. It was just practice, Joe, but I was getting excited to see that.
Well, I'll say this. If you're a Washington fan, this was probably a big win for Terry McLaurin, right? If you're mentioning that, it was a little hard or at least Jaden Daniels is on his toes, like, hey, whoa, this is what it could look like without Terry McLaurin. So he didn't make the trip, but I'm sure that's probably something they're thinking after the practice today. Like, man, we can't get open. How many balls went to Ertz, as a check down today? So maybe the biggest winner from today is McLaurin.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I will say with the Commanders, I think they have such a high ceiling. Terry being a huge part of that, but the fact that they got Debo, they have Zach, like you said, and I do think Jaden Daniels is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I don't want to look too much into a few off throws, but I do think the fact that the Pats invested in the defense as much as they did, it was showing off as little as it did in a preseason practice. It did show off today.
All right, well, you mentioned Will Campbell. You said that you heard that he's had some struggles, okay? But you saw him out there. I heard reports that he was mashing and looked, didn't look like a guy that was, his first joint practice or anything to that degree. The reason why I'm asking I'm hearing, or at least it's been reported, that this has been one of the easiest camps for the Patriots. Have you heard that as well, and did it look easy to you out there?
I will say today was the one I really was there for the full practice. And so today, like I said, was a different energy. It does feel, which I was a little surprised by, because it does feel a little calmer than years past. And I was surprised by that, especially with Vrabel, because, that first presser before we even got to the field to get to see them practice, it seemed like he was bringing back a little bit of that Belichick feeling, that really hard-nosed, no BS type of stuff. And the first few practices didn't really feel that way. I will say the joint was a little bit more. But, yeah, I'm not going to disagree. I do think that maybe lacked a little bit of energy, but I'm assuming Vrabel knows what he's doing.
All right, we'll talk about Claudia Bellafato. You probably see her on NBC Sports Boston. I know you do stuff with CBS, DraftKings, and will now be a part of the Patriots Radio Network this year, pre- and post-game. Of course, the first game this Friday, and you can hear it on 98.5 The Sports Hub as well. Claudia, I know you can hit, your stuff when it comes to betting. I know that firsthand. The Patriots win total was 7.5, and it was so low that it got bet up to 8.5. I'm on the under. That's my take. I think going from 4 wins to 8 wins, that's a lot, or even 9 wins for that matter. I do think they'll be improved, but when you see the number 8.5 wins with the schedule they have, where are you leaning based off, all the changes and upgrades they made this year?
Yeah, I loved the 7.5. I think 8 is the perfect number. I think that's the right number. Like you said, the market pushed this up. I don't know about 9 wins. I think this is also a possible live market you can bet. If they start off slow, but you have faith, you like how they're looking, then maybe you can bet it if it moves down. They were unlucky last year, I will say. They went 1-4 in field goal games, 3-6 in touchdown games, and I do think they made those right moves to win a few more of those tight games, specifically with the defensive spending and free agency, because as we know, that is what wins those tight games. Milton Williams, we talk about a bunch. Carlton Davis, though, helping to balance out Christian Gonzalez. I think that's going to be huge for the secondary. So I do think they made the right moves, having a true number one. Whether or not you think he's up to par, you have a number one in Steph Diggs. You have a great tight end room. Kyle Williams, like I said, I'm expecting a lot from him. I wish I saw a little bit more of him in preseason, but I do think he has a high ceiling. You have a guy in Travion Henderson who I can talk about forever, who I think should be RB1. He's going to be catching passes out of the backfield. So you have a lot of options for Drake May. They made the moves on defense. I think 8 is the right number. I don't know about 9.
Yep, I'm gonna fade it, and if I lose, I'll tip my cap to them and say, Mike Vrabel, you are the greatest, and you've really turned the team around. I also still have my doubts quickly on Josh McDaniels, and I wanted to just look to week 1 a little bit here. I'm looking ahead. I'm already, I guess there are joint practices,
of course.
But I'm thinking about that Raiders game. The Patriots were 3.5-point favorites at home, where they're horrible. But now it's gone down to 3. I wanted to get your thoughts on Josh McDaniels. It didn't work out in any of his stops as a head coach. When they fired him with the Raiders, they were literally lit cigars, right? They were happy. And now Max Crosby, Will Campbell, there's a lot there for me. And the Patriots struggles at home. And not to mention, if you want another note, Mike Vrabel is 4-6 in his first game as a head coach. With maybe them going a little slow in camp, could that be something to monitor when it comes to the Raiders and Tom Brady being there? There's a lot there, and I lean Raiders opening week.
Oh, Joe, come on. The Raiders, I don't know. And listen, all the credit in the world to Geno Smith. He had a great turnaround, and Ashton Genty is going to be so fun to watch out of that backfield. But if we want to talk about receiver rooms, their guy is Jacoby Myers. Their best receiver is Brock Bowers. So I think all of coaching aside, I think in general, to answer your question, I think it's best for this team right now to have familiarity at the top. That's all I really can ask for when it comes to coaching, because last year was really, the last few years were a mess. So I'm fine with McDaniels. I just want it to be some sort of familiarity there. When it comes to the Raiders, they have a wish-wash, whatever you way you want to put it. It's like a puzzle piece roster, and no part of it's really good. Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers are going to be the most exciting parts of that roster. So I definitely lean Patriots there. I think that they'll give Geno Smith some trouble, and we were historically the worst, and by we, the Patriots were historically the worst receiving corps since 1990. They're going to be much better. I think they'll look much better compared to the Raiders.
Oh, you are right. Wow. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, who's fast, whatever. Dante, this is bad. Philip Dorsett still around?
Come on, Joe. Come on.
Maybe they. Oh, who knows? Maybe they will take their time with Christian Gonzalez if that is the case. At least for week one. Just a couple more for you. I one of my strongest bet of the year, and again, I'm reaching a little bit. I'm out on the Chiefs this year. I don't think they're even going to make the playoffs. I'm higher on the Broncos, on the Chargers, etc. Like they got 3 teams last year. They're plus 850 to win the Super Bowl, so I know the odds are against me. But I'm dying on this hill. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs this year.
Joe, I'm right there with you. Last year, I faded them at the beginning of the season. Then I looked dumb when they made it to the Super Bowl. But the amount of money I had on Philadelphia, it was such a mismatch on paper. So much so to where you cannot deny the fact that the only reason people look at the Chiefs is because of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Now, Isaiah Pacheco, I do like as a running back. Rice is fine. Okay, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. Travis Kelce is old. He didn't do anything in the regular season. Patrick Mahomes saw more pressure than he's ever seen in the past years combined. The O-line did absolutely nothing, and it got only even worse in the postseason. I've been wanting to fade the Chiefs the last 3 years, and maybe it was just, we're all sick of the Chiefs. But I think this year, truly, with all the teams around them getting better, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be, certainly not. I don't think their odds should be that to win the Super Bowl.
All right. I'm glad somebody actually agrees with me.
I'm right there with you.
Everybody is crapped all over my take whenever I give that one. Joe, you're crazy.
No.
At least I feel like we're on the right side of that one. Real quick, Claudia, before we let you go, there was some news today regarding the Red Sox. I know you make your way over to Fenway Park. Roman Anthony extension today. I'm kind of shocked that he accepted a $130 million deal, 8 years. I think it's good for him. I think it's good for the Red Sox, but looks like the Roman Empire will be here for a long time.
Yeah, Joe, listen, he's only going to get more expensive. So really, they're saving money in the long run by signing an 8-year with him. He just turned 21, but you would never know it. He's hitting 283, 400 on base, OPS 828. The advanced stats are insane. I know it's a small sample size, but those advanced stats are projections of what's to come. He's 33% above league average when it comes to weighted runs created plus. His fielding is already reaching elite numbers. He's top 25 in runs prevented, outs above average. This is a great get for the Red Sox. And I know that the deadline was disappointing for a lot of Red Sox fans, but in my opinion, Breslow's making up for it with these extensions, locking in Garrett Crochet, which, looking back, how good of a get was that to a 6-year, keeping Christian Campbell for 8 years, who's already mashing after sending him back down. If it doesn't work out, too, if you want to look at the flip side of this, do we really think $16 million is going to sink the Sox in 2034? I don't think they're too worried about that, so I think it's a great deal.
All right. I agree with you. And to get in betting on the Red Sox, 81% chance of them making the playoffs today. Would you bet on that?
I gave that out when they gave away Raffy. I said, I have a feeling they'll make some moves by the dip now. Even before, when they were one of the best offenses in baseball, when Raffy was there, the market was down on them. I've been giving out the Sox to make the playoffs forever, so I'm not chasing it now. But, yeah, they should be there.
All right. She's Claudia Bellafatto. Give her a follow, guys. See Bellafatto TV on Twitter. You're everywhere. Literally. I see you everywhere. I've been like, it's funny because I've been telling Scouts, I'm like, dude, we got to get Claudia on some night today. And I heard today you got the job with Patriots.com. I love the guys over there. We're partners with them. And happy for you, Claudia. Best of luck with everything you're doing. Hopefully we can get you back. And best of luck with Patriots.com this year.
Thanks, Joe. You're the best. Anytime.
You got it. It's Claudia Bellafatto. You can check her out everywhere. NBC Sports, Boston, CBS Sports, DraftKings, and now the Patriots Radio Network. She knows her stuff. You hear her dropping war and, F war and all that other stuff. Absolutely outstanding. Give her a follow, guys. She's great. I used to do the show with her on NBC Sports Boston and drops knowledge. So great job by Claudia. And again, she'll be working with Paulie P. What a crew. Paul Perillo, Fred Kurtz, who runs the thing, Evan Lazar, and Mike Dussault. Is there anybody else I'm missing? No. And I believe Claudia is taking the job of Hardy. Because Hardy's now, advanced in the world. He's moved up Moved on up, Skess.
Yeah, good for Hardy.
No, I'm very happy for Hardy. Hardy now doesn't have to think about it. What's he going to do? Actually, was he going to work on his tools?
Yeah, he's got some extra yard work time,
he's going to buy more power tools?
Yeah.
Wait, I got to talk about this for a second. I was driving in yesterday morning. I go to Boston on Tuesday mornings, so I get a chance to listen to the show, and Hardy was saying how he was at. Oh no, it was Adam 12 was saying how he was at the beach, but his umbrella, wouldn't stay up, and a guy came over with just a drill and just all set, buddy. And at 12 was like, thanks, man, thanks. And they're asking him like, hey, man, do you feel like, emasculated when someone does that? I'm like, hell no. I'm glad he said that, because when someone's like, let me get that for you, I'm like, have at it, Huss. Go ahead. You think you got this? You do it. I love that, Skaz. Me look, I'm really difficult working on something, and someone comes over and says, hey, I know how to fix that. Have at it.
I am perfectly fine with delegation. I will delegate to anybody that offers.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right. Well, things have turned over at Fenway Park. It's 3-2 Royals. They don't want to get swept. Michael Wacha. Remember him? He's pitching tonight. Dustin May, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts, 91. But
because if Drake May is truly a good quarterback, then they'll at least be average. And you say the Chiefs having the best quarterback in the league with a weak Raiders team, and then in the Chargers, they just have a questionable quarterback and Justin Herbert in the playoffs. Like, you don't think the Chiefs will be good enough to make the playoffs? Like, that's my only take. And secondly, what do you think about the Roman
just real
Anthony?
quick, Matt. Just real quick. You cut out. I didn't hear what you said. I said this year I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. Is what I said. You disagree?
I do, because I think the Raiders are weak and Justin Herbert isn't proven in the playoffs. And then,
well, no, but
like,
you don't have to. You don't have to prove it in the playoffs to not make the playoffs.
Well, it's within the division.
No, dude.
Four games within the division.
Listen to me. My take is the Chiefs won't make the playoffs. You just said Justin Herbert doesn't do it in the playoffs. He doesn't have to do it in the playoffs. He only has to do it in the regular season to win my bet.
Well, it's because you talk about quarterback play. You said
I don't talk about anything.
Average
I didn't say anything about quarterback play. You must be listening to another show.
I'm just talking about the when you talk about the Patriots, you'll talk.
What did I do about the Patriots?
When you talk about the Patriots, you say it'll be because they'll be average, because if Drake May is truly a good quarterback, he will at least make the offense average.
I have not said that. What show are you listening to, bro? The Joe Show?
I'm listening to this show.
Yeah, I'm Joe Murray. I never said that. What have I said consistently about the Patriots this year? What have I said? I never said what you said. I don't know what you're listening to. Are you there?
I'm still here, but
you're telling me I said something I didn't say. I didn't say that. What I said this year is a successful season for the Patriots is to become attractive so free agents want to come here and have building blocks. I'm on the under 8.5 because I think it's hard to go from 4 wins to improve 5 more wins the next year. I think that's hard to do. That's what I've said. I've never said anything about the quarterback besides he's won 1 game and that there's still doubts.
But still, it's like the main point is that you don't think the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes will make the playoffs.
Yes, because have you seen the history of Super Bowl teams that lose? Look it up. Do research. Look it up.
What can you talk to me about what history you're talking about? I'm not trying to get like.
No, I know you're not. But dude, no, I'm not angry. We're cool. No, I think I said something. I didn't. No, I don't think the Chiefs are making the play.
I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
We're good. No, we're good. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs this year because I think their offensive line still struggles, and I think they've lost a lot of talent. And I don't know if Hollywood Brown's going to be available. I don't know if Xavier Worthy's, or I don't even know what's going on with Riche Rice. Like, I don't know. I do think Travis Kelce will take a step back. Like, I just think their offensive line got exposed in the Super Bowl, and teams that lose the Super Bowl struggle the next year.
Okay, I understand that.
No, it's a take, bro. If you don't, no, but here's the deal: if you don't, I'm going out on a limb saying I don't think the Chiefs are going to make it. You think that they are because of the division itself.
Well, that's my point. I think they're also at least going to beat the Broncos once. Like,
yeah, you hope so.
It's hard to play in Arrowhead.
It's hard to play in Denver.
All right, well, that's all I have.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just you have a take.
I'm not.
No, dude, you're cool. You call it whatever you want. I'm going to Nick and Medfield.
No, I'm not shying away.
You're not. And no, dude, we can go have ice cream at Bubbling Brook. It's all good. All I'm trying to say is that if you have a take and I have a take, it's okay if we don't agree. This is why they play the games.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, let's go to Bubbling Brook some night. He doesn't want to go. No, you know what it is again? This is another moment where people think I'm yelling and I'm not. Right? Hey, Joe, you're always yelling. Was I yelling?
Probably, but not.
It's my tone.
Yes, it's a
my
tone
pitch.
issue. Yes, you're a very patient man, Joe. That's what I'll say about that phone call.
I'm going to say this one more time. you'll know when I'm yelling.
Very true.
That's not threatful.
Very true.
It's not being a threat.
We have some drops. Who's pooping? And bomb them.
Exactly. No, I think you know when I'm yelling. Do I raise my voice because I'm just a large man that's loud? Yes. No, guys. This is a conversation I have off the air with people. Hey, why are you yelling, man? Dude, I wasn't yelling. Yeah, but you were really loud. I know. I'm a very loud man. But when I'm yelling, you know when I'm yelling. Another Chiefs call. Mike in Rhode Island. Mike.
I take the opposite approach. I think you're 100% right.
Thank you.
If you look at the Chiefs last year, I think they called them the luckiest team in the league from week one, where the Raiders would have beat them except for the guy's toe was like a quarter of an inch over the line. They blocked a field goal in Denver that was only like 30 yards, I think, or something. The Chargers hit the upright in a game, and they should have won. They lost. I mean, you looked at the Chiefs last year. Although their record was great, they really weren't playing well. Mahomes didn't look good, and part of that was because Kelsey has really taken a step back last year. So I agree with you. I think they're on a bad trajectory right now. They lost one of their offensive linemen. I can't think of his name. He's played for the Patriots.
Joe Tooney.
They lost Tooney. Tooney was a big piece of that. Remember, he was stuck playing right tackle or left tackle because they didn't have their tackle.
Yeah.
They're not in good shape. So I agree 100%. I might bet against them making the playoffs.
Now just real quick, I the whole like last year they got lucky stuff. I'm not going to say that because, dude, when you're a great team, you win games like that. So, but is the magic starting to run out? I think is where I'm going with it.
I agree with you that great teams find a way to win. We've seen the Patriots do that numerous times, but the way they were winning, balls hitting the upright and not going in, missed fumbles. It was just a crazy season. I do have a question for you, though, about the Patriots. You remember when the Patriots were really young during Brady's first years and the defense and the offense would battle in the practices? And I think that really made Brady a much better player because their defense was so good back then. Do you see any parallels with that today, that he's going against such a good defense in practice that will make him better for the games?
Different times. And Mike, I appreciate the call. Maybe Peppers is chirping him, Like, are there guys that are on the defense that have the clout to do that? Like, when Brady was there, he told me that Lawyer Malloy talked smack to him all the time, and then Rodney Harrison and Teddy Bruschi, Ted Johnson even said that he would get in on it. Those were clouted veterans when Brady was there, right? Who would be those guys now, Skaz? Can Gonzo really say anything from out there? Like, is Robert Spillane being like, hey there, number 10? You know what I mean? Like, maybe Peppers is probably a guy.
Like Carlton Davis, but he hasn't been out there much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's Vrabel, and I think it's McDaniels.
Yeah, I think, if you want to take the defensive approach there, that it's good for him. I think it's good for him that he's getting looks at, a Vrabel defense constantly. I think that can be a good thing.
Yeah, I'm sure Milton Williams and Christian Barmore coming at him is, interesting. All right. Well, we got in or out coming up next. Let's do that on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox trail the Royals right now 3-2. Dustin May got knocked around in the third inning of work. The offense, had a home run robbed. Roman Anthony went deep, but it was kept in the yard. How about Roman Anthony, though? He got an extension today. 8 years, $130 million. Patriots had their joint practices today with Washington. A little bit of a scuffle. But Will Campbell looked good. The offense looked good. Everybody was happy. And the Celtics have signed Max Shulga, one of their draft picks this year, to a two-way contract. Headlines are brought to you by Premier Basin Waterproofing. Now's the time for crawl space encapsulation. Don't forget to ask about the Santa Fe dehumidifier to keep humidity out this summer. 844-LIVE-DRY, PremierBasin.net. It's game over for water. I'm Joe Murray.
Here we go. Boom. I win. Boom. Yeah. It's the bunny.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
And Sarge goes, really? Joe Murray? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I love in or out. And then Sarge had the kid's dad film it. And the kid was like, Joe, it's so nice to meet you. And he goes, I love in or out. You should do it more. And Mike's like, in or out, in or out. And he goes, I love when he's out. I posted it on my Instagram. I'm Joe Murray. And on my TikTok at Joey Murr. JoeyMurr. So go check it out. Shout out to Sarge, the master of ceremonies. Skaz, what do we got tonight?
All right, Joe, a Wednesday night edition of In or Out. August 6th already. Yeah, shout out Sarge. And glad to see the young people like In or Out as well.
It was very heartwarming to me, Skaz.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to get all sentimental.
Of course.
But it was very nice that someone is a fan.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Joe, tonight, I feel like there's only one place we can start after last night's show, which had some ketchup talk. Well, I'm sure you were tagged in this. I was tagged in this. Our friends at the Smoothie King are releasing a ketchup-flavored smoothie in collaboration with Heinz. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a ketchup-flavored smoothie?
Out. I love ketchup. I'm a dipper. I put ketchup on my eggs. For some reason, I was told to go to jail for putting ketchup on an egg sandwich that had sausage, cheese, on a French toast bagel. And to me, I don't understand why they're ketchup haters. So I'm out on a drink. Who the hell wants to drink ketchup? Now, have I ate packets before? Have I watched The Sopranos?
I was going to say. Stuck in a cold van there.
Have I thrown packets at the bus growing up? Yes. I admit it. I'm accountable.
Oh, the best is you put them under the foldable seats there. The seats that fold down, and then someone goes to take a seat, and all of a sudden...
That's worse than what I did.
Not saying I did that, Joe.
I would twist them up real hard. Like, tight as you could go, like a balloon knot. And then fire them at the bus. That was great. Can't do that anymore, could you? I know, don't listen to me. Anyways, I don't want to drink ketchup. I want it on dipperoonie.
I feel like you get a meatloaf sometimes. You'll put some ketchup on the side there.
Yep. But I like ketchup. Is it my favorite condiment? It might be barbecue sauce. Condiment tears, huh?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I wonder what the tears will be tomorrow. Summer themed, I heard. Or island theme, maybe.
I gave him a recommendation.
Best island songs?
Of summer.
Yes.
Together, at least.
Yeah, the Patriots have that break before the season starts that week, I believe. Maybe
we'll do it that week because I'll have I'm doing mornings that Monday and Friday. So, in case you didn't know that, guys.
Yes, I will be on Felger Maz, I believe.
All right, then. Here we go. All right. Oh, so then the other days we can do it.
Yes.
All right.
Lock it in.
Deal.
All right, Joe, let's head to the NFL for this one. The NFL has partnered with ESPN and purchased Red Zone. I'm sorry, ESPN has purchased Red Zone. Joe, are you in or out on Red Zone on ESPN?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's not going to happen right away, so it'll be a slow burn. But I don't want to make this a streaming thing with my answer. But how will I be able to watch this? Because I do have to get the upgraded package on Xfinity to get Red Zone. When I was a season ticket holder, did you know that they gave it for free? That was the cheapest home run I've ever seen. That was like Bucky Dent, the home run that was just hit. You know how Bucky Dent hit that cheap home run? That was cheap. Who hit that? You don't deserve. That was a fake home run.
I believe that was Jonathan India.
Out.
Could be wrong.
Out on that home run. See, they're even bowing. It was so cheap. That was a 311-foot home run. Out. What are we talking about again?
ESPN Red Zone.
How? Do you know any logistics here?
Nope.
Is our dude still going to be there who doesn't use the bathroom?
Yeah, Scott Hansen, I believe, will still be there, unfortunately.
Oh, you don't like him?
I think he's kind of tried to make it the Scott Hansen show a little bit over the last couple seasons.
Without a doubt,
yeah,
it's the Scott Hansen show.
Out on that.
You know what, though? Can I be honest? There are nights where I go home and I'm like, I know my name's on this show, but it's not about me.
It's the Joe Murray show.
But it's about me until someone tells me it's not about me. Right? Because that's happened a couple of times. People are like, hey, you can't just do what you want. And I'd be like, what's the name of the show? But, yeah, so I can't say it's the name. I can't do that.
It's called Red Zone, though, not the Scott Hansen show.
It is Red Zone. That's right. There you go, Skaz. That's the difference. All right, so this is what I got on the details. Oh, Pat McAfee was happy. Did you see that one?
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Woo.
So no more Monday Night Football doubleheaders. There's going to be some sort of network with a standalone window for 28 combined games. 4 NFL games ready to hit the open market. I can't read all this. Awful announcing has it. How much? Just tell how much? How much? I'm not yelling, people. I'm loud. Just in case you were wondering. How much? How much?
Well, Joe, in this same vein, Roger Goodell suggested that with the purchase of Red Zone, ESPN could soon produce a college football Red Zone. In or out?
In. Listen, that would be awesome. Every punt return, every touchdown, every pick six, fumble recovery. In. That's going to really highlight the great players. You know that? Like Isaiah Bond, who's a free agent somehow. I don't know how. You know how many times I watched Texas football and he scored or made a big play? Do you think anyone's going to sign him?
It's the NFL. Someone eventually, right?
Do you know who should? We were talking about it earlier. Raiders. We went over the wide receiving core, right?
Not great.
I guess I mean, has Geno? I guess he's had DK, right? When he was with the Jets, who did he have?
He had JSN, too.
Okay. With the Jets, though?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Braylon Edwards, maybe? I'm trying to think.
I feel like that wasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't even remember if it was that long ago.
Maybe Crowder was there. I don't even remember if he was there.
That's
Yeah,
not good enough. Anyways, I don't know yet about
streaming and subscription services. Roku has launched Howdy, an ad-free subscription streaming service for just $2.99 a month. The library features 10,000 hours of entertainment from Lionsgate, Warner Brothers Discovery, and FilmRise. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Howdy, an ad-free subscription service for $2.99 a month?
In. So, can I tell you that I have some sort of subscription with Google, and they charge me, you've been charged $2.99, and it tells me it's for space. And you know what I do? I say, I need space. So I guys, I don't even know if I signed up for this. All I know is $2.99 is coming out of that bad boy every month. So if $2.99 more is coming out so I can get my Howdy shows, do you pay $28?
Probably. Yeah, I don't handle the Netflix in my household, but yeah, so someone's paying $28. Yeah,
I got whacked.
That's simply too much.
My dinner's cheaper than that.
You know what's more
2
expensive?
nights at dinner's cheaper than that.
Nessun, $360, $30. Come on, we gotta have.
Dude, I told you I had to upgrade my Xfinity this year because it didn't have Nessun. This is why I keep telling everybody about the Super Box. I have one. It's a one-time thing. It's great. Now, the only thing it doesn't have is Netflix shows. You have to get Netflix in order to... But it has everything. Apple, Hulu, all the premium channels, pay-per-views. I didn't look to see if it had the Playboy channel, though. 1,797 channels. I bet you it's on there. Next.
All right, Joe, to Apple for this next one. Apple is predicted to launch a foldable iPhone in September of 2026. It will retail for $19.99. Joe, just under $2,000. Are we in or out on a foldable iPhone?
Foldable as in, like, what we used to use in the 2000s?
But I believe it is still all touchscreen.
So it's this, but it folds?
That is what I'm led to believe,
You
Joe.
know what? I'm out. But here's the other thing. Would you have to lock the phone?
It seems like it's bound to be a disaster.
In insurance. I used to have flip phones, did you?
Oh, yeah. I had the LG, the Envy back in
Sometimes
the
you could
day.
just crack it like this.
Oh, yeah. Sidekick.
Like
that was a classic.
Razor.
Yeah.
Remember the Razor?
Oh, Razor was a classic.
Yeah. All the girls had the pink one when I was in school. I think it was in school for that. Yeah, was it the Crazer or the Razor?
I think it was the Razor.
Razor, okay.
Yeah.
I just remember everybody. I know what I had. Nextel. I almost said Netflix.
Was those like the walkie-talkie
beep, beep.
ones?
Oh, it was the greatest, Scats. Scats, imagine if I was like, beep, beep. And you were like, what's up? Hey, man, did you update those things? No. All right, cool, thanks.
You could like run those phones over and they would be fine.
I know. They were construction made. That's what they were. You know what, though? I love them, but I don't want anyone to access me like that ever again.
Yeah, also a foldable phone does nothing for me. Like I don't care. Phones are pretty much all the same to me.
How many times are you on the phone on speaker and someone's walking you or you're doing something while they're walking you through it? Right?
Yeah.
No?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh. Is that just me? Am I becoming an old?
I would never.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
With what they're doing, I don't think you should be crying over spilled milk for, trading George Niang or, not keeping around these guys who aren't going to be part of the next wave. This season is all about maximizing their unique opportunity, and I'm with you. It's the worst. I do not wish that we were living this reality, but it's a reality we knew was going to happen the second they doled out all the extensions post-title. We knew that this team was around for a good time, not a long time.
I think what it is I'm a little bitter still, losing to New York, and I'm bitter.
Totally.
I
hear you.
I think I'm still bitter, and I am looking at new ownership as, hey, like on paper, right? Did they save a lot of money and still keep some of their core pieces? Absolutely. And
pieces that they got back in their offloading of Porzingis and Drew might have been different because now you're factoring in Jason Tatum and what he brings to the table. but the moves themselves in terms of getting under the apron or offloading George Niang, like those are happening regardless. And I think that's what people need to understand. This isn't about, they don't believe in Jalen or they're not trying to compete. This is, they have a 1-year shot there's only 2 ways that this team is going to be able to inject talent in this next wave, given how expensive they are. And that's through the draft or finding young, cheap, minimum players and seeing if they stick. Well, it's hard to do that while you're also competing for a championship. So you can now check both of those boxes off and, see how you can do with, what's already on your roster. So it's a situation they were going to face regardless. It's just hard to stomach knowing what we saw the last 2 years and how dominant it was.
Okay. I'll accept it. I acknowledge what you said. Who will be the starting 5 right now for the Boston Celtics?
So if we assume that Anthony Simons is still on the roster, right? If you subscribe to the theory that where they are today is where they'll be in 2 months, I don't know if I agree with that, but I'd say you have White and Simons, your starting backcourt, Jalen at the 3, and then if they want to go double big, Boucher and Keita at the 4 or 5. If they want to go a little bit smaller, I think Jalen slides up into the 4, and then Keita at the 5 with Hauser at the 3. It just depends. We just don't know because they're going to have to play differently. Maybe shooting won't be as important for this version, so they'll be able to start double big as opposed to, having the floor spacing. It's hard to know on, August 6th, how they're going to look. But that's what I would say.
Yep, and I will say at least with this offseason, we have to be open to the idea that whatever we see right now, it might not be realistic. So,
and that's the problem is we as fans want, like everyone else around the league pretty much has their team. So we as Celtics fans want to be like, all right, let's evaluate the offseason. Let's talk about the roster. The thing is, Anthony Simons, for example, can't be aggregated until September 7th. So if there's any potential deal that you may need to pair his money with other money on your contract, that can't even happen for another month. So if you remember, the Drew Holiday trade happened in October. So I do think we're like another 5-6 weeks away from even knowing what this is going to look like by the end.
Talk about Barstool Greenie. I needed some green in my life. Skaz put up the bat signal, and there you are. You're here. How else can they get under the luxury tax besides Simons?
So based on what I saw, again, I went to Arizona State. I'm not a math guy, but I think they're right around 9 and change million over the luxury tax. So they're just over the first apron, about 9 million under the luxury. That could be Sam Hauser's 10 million. That could be breaking up, Simons into lesser money, maybe multiple pieces, and then you reroute it. But I would say either Simons or Hauser is probably where you're looking to get under that 9 million. I would hope that it would be Simons because I would kind of prefer to have Hauser's skill set once Tatum is back and he's signed for, I think, 3 or 4 more years. But those are probably your 2 most likely options, barring something insane that Brad Stevens is cooking up that we just can't even fathom.
Is there any shot that Sam Hauser could play 3 and D as a starter?
Yeah, I think if they go small and start Jalen at the 4, which is kind of makes me nervous because he's big, he's a massive guy, but he's not really a 4. He can't really guard up as consistently as if Tatum were at the 4. Mm-hmm. I do think Hauser's improvement defensively makes him playable. He's not some sort of negative defender. He is a good rebounder for his size. I could see him at the 3. It's just you would worry, is he going to struggle against quicker starting caliber wings? But at this point, the results of the games don't really matter. So why not try it just to see if he's capable of it?
So that's something I was going to bring up to you. Like, if the results don't matter, I'm in on the experiments, right? Hey, could this kid Shulga actually give them something, right? Like when they get the 2-way guys. Is Jordan Walsh an NBA player, right?
Right.
Is Neemias Keita? Should they have gone to Keita a little bit more? It sounded like he had an injury, which I did not know about. Did you? Is that why they didn't play him?
Not until I saw that report. And I don't know if that was the sole reason he didn't play. I think his level of play was why maybe he wasn't seeing the floor, but I'm sure that was a contributing factor on some level.
Okay. I'm still interested in Garza, and the guy that I think could be the wild card in the team is Josh Minot. Yep. I think he can be a 4. I think
he's the reserve 4, I think, right now, yeah.
Okay. So, but I kind of circle him as a guy that, with this team, I don't know if he's a part of the future. I don't mean it like that, but hey, right now everybody has to be an asset, right? That's what they are. This is, if the results don't matter, everyone's an asset. I kind of hope they can hit on even this kid they signed yesterday. Well, I shouldn't call him a kid. Is it Boucher? He actually really improved his 3-point game last year, and I think is the all-time franchise leader in a few categories for the Raptors.
Yep.
So
it comes down to this year is about either you're going to put up or shut up if you're a player like Jordan Walsh, who's in the last year of his deal. You're going to get a look at some of the cast-offs from other teams that didn't really play, like the Garza and the Minots. But really, it comes down to, are you a waste of a player, like see you later after this year? B, are you a part of the next iteration? Or C, are you able to up your value enough to where you can be flipped for some second-round picks at the trade deadline, right? Because you're right. This is the season of asset accumulation. You need to know what you have on your roster with your young talent. You need to find ways to accumulate assets. That's what all the roster flexibility is for. That's why you got under the second apron. So can you then use those assets as vehicles to bring in the talent? Can you use the trade exemptions? Can you, facilitate moves to get you back into title contention by the time Tatum is back in October?
Do you feel as though they wasted some assets dumping Kristaps Porzingis in the medicals when it came to Drew Holiday's deal?
I don't know about wasting. I mean, a lot of it's just the price of doing business. You didn't really have to attach any first-round picks to offload big money, which is huge. You did. It's unfortunate that the Blazers took back their 2 second-round picks in that Holiday deal. You did have to offload a couple to salary dump Niang. You knew Danny Ainge was going to take you to the cleaners on that one. But that's just what it takes to not take any salary back, right? It was a true salary dump, and that's why they traded down at the draft. They upped their second-round pick ammo because those are what they're for. It's not always about drafting a player. It's about how can we use these to do the moves that really matter. So it's unfortunate, but I don't know if they wasted it because a lot of it was just the price of doing business.
I can actually give you some real analysis that I got from Celtics Summer League in particular. I watched all the Summer League. I watched other teams too. I was a psycho. But Amari.
Listen, I was there for the whole week.
Oh my God.
You're talking to the right crowd.
You know what? We got to introduce you to our Jake. Jake works here. He worked for Arizona State sports too, and now he does a great job with it. We need to connect.
On. Go Devils.
We need to connect you guys. But Amari Williams is somebody who I really liked at college. SEC to me was, probably one of the best conferences in the country. But this Amari Williams kid, I think, has a spot in the NBA just based off his passing ability. Yep. How do they get him? Are they just kind of waiting this thing out? Maybe the September 7th they're circling, and they'll get him on the team at some point once they maybe get under the luxury tax?
Yeah, again, it's all tied together. When Brad first spoke after the season, he probably said the word flexibility 50,000 times. So this team, it feels like they're not doing anything until they are required to do it. So if they can wait on that and see what other moving pieces happen between now and when it comes time to need to sign him, I think that's the most likely scenario. But I will say this, as someone who was third row for every one of his Summer League appearances.
Third row, bro? Third row, bro?
Listen, I was getting to the Cox Pavilion 2 hours early so I can sort of get a good seat.
Yeah.
So I will say this, his passing is unbelievable. His wingspan, unbelievable. I didn't love his motor. It was weird. It felt like, I expected this massive human to just own the glass and be everywhere. And it didn't feel like that translated in Summer League. My guess is those are easy, teachable, correctable things. And his passing and how he sees the court is more, born with God-given talent. But I think if he's even going to play consistently in Maine, he has to play with a high motor. He has to be a high energy, high rebounding guy. His rebounding numbers in college I looked up were great. I feel like it didn't really translate to summer league, but you always have to take that stuff with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I will say, like, if we're gonna actually, because as you said earlier, results don't matter this year. I wrote that down. I'm gonna remember that when I get pissed. But no, he was someone I at least had some, hey, this kid ain't bad, and I liked what I saw from Hugo too. Actually, all the rookies, Shalga, you name them. I actually kind of liked. I even loved Kenny Lofton because I love the hefty guy. he can play a little bit. But just moving on here, a couple other things I wanted to mention to you. There's talks about Ben Simmons. Obviously, they have a roster spot open. They filled up a mid-level. I don't know how they can do that with free agents, but Ben Simmons is choosing either the Celtics or another team. Do you like this move?
100%. I'm 100% in. And the same way I would have been 100% in when Lillard got bought out or Beal got bought out, because the whole point for this team now in their situation is, how do you find low-risk, potentially high-ceiling assets, whether that's for you to keep or for you to flip? So if Ben Simmons wants to come over for the minimum, I don't know if you've looked at the Celtics front court. It's not great. If he wants to come in and fill a certain role and try to up his value, please, I'm more than happy to allow that to happen. If it turns out great, awesome, you can flip him. If it doesn't, okay, great. He's helping you with your mission to tank. So it's like a win-win all around, in the sense that they need to be taking swings at players that are distressed assets that can maybe revive their career in the opportunity and the minutes that you can provide, and then trust that Brad will make the right decision if teams are calling or if they see that piece could be part of the future.
Results don't matter. Just keep saying that. Results
It's
don't
weird.
matter.
Think of it like the 2013-2014 season. That's what I would recommend to you mentally. Okay. Put yourself in that mindset.
Okay. I'm trying. It's just hard for me to see all that money that they lost, or that they saved, excuse me, and then they keep making moves. But you know what? They did tell us this. I was just in denial.
I know.
Couple more things. Just, I don't know if you thought about this. Maybe Barstool can make some shirts. You guys can give me the credit. But if you think about the front court for the Celtics, right? The San Antonio Spurs front court is Wemby, Olynyk, and Cornette. Can you believe that?
And it was almost Porzingis, right?
That's right.
That's the craziest part. I know. It's what could have been.
I just can't stop thinking about that. Wemby, Olynyk, and Cornette. Like it's blowing my mind. You have any thoughts on WNBA to Boston? My take is I think Boston loves basketball. I think it would work.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it. I would love to see it. I think the support would be there. I think Pags is hell-bent on getting a team one way or another. And I think, the games that the Sun played at the Garden, I wasn't there in person, but on TV, it looked like the turnout was great. And I'm supportive of basketball at every level in any shape or form. So another pro team in Boston has my, I'm down. Let's do it.
Are you a Cam Scatterbo guy?
Listen, buddy, I have Cam Scatterbo footy pajamas. He revolutionized, like, my poor alma mater has been pretty terrible in football for the last, 25 years. So what he and the coach have done has just completely revitalized the entire program. It reminds me of when I was there. Sam Keller was the quarterback, and they got to number 3 in the country. And then Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart came to Sun Devil Stadium on football Saturday. It was a huge game day game, and they came back after being down 21-3 and ripped my heart out. And they were never the same after that. So it reminded me of my glory years of the early 2000s.
Well, Sam Levitt's going to have a big year. You heard
me. You better believe Heisman Sam Levitt.
Hey, listen, it could happen. They were a hell of a team last year, and I think they'll be even better this year. And I was looking at some Scatterbo Rookie of the Year stuff just because I
want him to be a Patriot so bad. It pains me that he's on the Giants.
He'd be so good. Hey, Greenie, you're going to have to be the voice of reason, man, because on this station, no one's going to allow results don't matter. They're going to be like,
well, but that's why I think you have to push back. You have to properly set their expectations of the 5 of the top 9, including their best player, are no longer on the team. So what team in the NBA loses their best player and then 4 of their other top 9 and then does not have some sort of drastic cratering back down to, earth? It's just, if you go in with the right expectations based on what their roster is, I think it'll be a little bit easier to stomach.
Greenie, I love the fact that you are setting the expectation.
Listen, all you can do is tell the truth, Joe. They may not want to hear it, but all you can do is tell the truth.
I feel better after talking to you.
Good.
I think I got some green in my life. I have a better perspective. I'm going to wait for the next domino to fall. And then slowly but surely, they're going to put a team together because Peyton Pritchard said they're going to be a playoff team. So now I got my thoughts on that, but my expectation is set. Results don't matter.
And just wait until you see Hugo, make that diving stop. Just wait until the Hugo experience happens. That'll be well more than you need to carry you through the gap year.
There you go. He's Barstool Greenie, everybody. He's setting the expectation, and results don't matter. And I needed this today. I was like a nice little therapy session.
Well, listen, you know where I am. Anytime you need one, just send out the bat signal. I'm here for you.
You got it. Go Sun Devils. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Go Devils.
All right, we'll talk to you. He's Barstool Greenie, everybody. Great job, and he set the expectation for me. Guys, results don't matter. How's that going to go over?
That's not going over well, Joe. Certainly not.
Just remember. I don't know. Felger, is he on his puddle jumper? It's his birthday. I don't know if he's listening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's on his way to the island.
But, Mike, I want to let you know this, and Maz, and Jim, and everybody else. Zoe, Beetle, Fred, Hardy, Wallach. Results don't matter this year. They are...
Disagree.
Oh, you disagree?
I mean, for Joe Mazzulla's sake, results certainly matter.
Guys, I'm pissed. But Greenie just washed me out with green. Did you just go through a washing machine of green? You want to talk about the green team made me feel better tonight. You don't. That didn't work for you, did it?
I mean, it's I'm ready for next. I know what it is. There are no surprises. I know what next.
So the
year is
results
gonna be.
don't matter. And
No,
you're
the
not
results,
okay with that.
The results matter.
They will matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to them, they won't.
To the Celtics, you're saying?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But I have to accept it, right?
They'll make the playoffs.
Do I have to accept that?
No.
Okay, thank you. Skaz, thank you. I got washed out in green, and I came out yellow.
A little tie-dye, yeah.
Came out yellow. All right. Greenie's great. He's always great whenever we have him on, huh? He's like must listen to.
He's ready to go.
He's got an answer for everything, and it's thought out. How do we get him in studio some night? Just ask. Hey, man, you want to come in? I'll bring pizza. You think that will get him in?
I think so. Why not?
Think he likes Gold Fever wings from the 99?
Who doesn't, Joe? Who doesn't? Everybody loves the Nines.
Okay, let's go to break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Who doesn't love Gold Fever wings? Well, the Red Sox down 7-3. Down? What? They're losing? How'd that happen? Down 7-3 of the bullpen. Well, Dusty May struggled. Hicks, he's so great. He gave up 3 more runs. He stinks. Sorry. Roman Anthony got an extension, though. What else? Patriots at joint practices. Matt Shulga is signed with the Celtics. Headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We all love the word free. So does Awaken 180. Medication free, side effect free, free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray.
The job now is I look for something that someone wrote or said or did or something going on elsewhere, and I try to localize it. And I saw something today that I just want to bring to the table. I think we should have an open discussion about when other people say something and what they think of you. It's wild that I'm going to read that for you and coming up in a little bit. You know what else is wild? Joe Milton just looks like a superstar at Cowboys camp.
No.
That's not what you're reading, huh?
No, that is what I'm reading. I'm just saying that he doesn't look like a superstar. He looks like practice Joe Milton. This is what he does.
Because I on the Rookie Watch Twitter handle today, quote, Joe Milton has been playing like a bona fide superstar. That's why I said it. Throughout camp, one source close to the Cowboys believes Milton could be the starter for 10-plus seasons.
This is becoming one of my new favorite things, is when people get the Joe Milton experience. He might be the best, practice player of all time, unpadded football player of all time. We knew this from his Tennessee days.
You're right. Going back to Michigan, people were like, you got to see this guy throw.
Yes.
Like he had ability.
He does.
Joe Milton is an athlete. No doubt about it.
Yes.
No doubt about it. But Joe Milton's overrated.
Yes. Sure.
You're
Yeah.
right. I like the idea of greatest practice player.
Like he's up there.
We could do tiers of that.
Greatest practice players ever. William Opeña, I feel like, was a guy that lit up batting practice.
Moving on with this quote, though, Milton has reportedly ended several camp practices being the best quarterback on the field, including Dak Prescott. Milton's accuracy and decision-making have reportedly taken a significant leap from last season to this. How do they compare that? Coming into the NFL draft, Milton was receiving comparisons like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. I thought that was Drake May.
It's both. That's why they had to get rid of him, Joe. They were just too similar.
The Cowboys quarterback has shown every indication that he can be an elite QB1 in this league. Skaz, I'm watching the video. Now, there's no pass rush. He looks like Robert Griffin III at Baylor in practice. That's who I see. I see number 10 throwing the ball around with a red jersey, no contact. Oh, okay, there's pass rush here. He steps back, he fires to the end zone. Wow. Okay. At least the clips. I'm going to retweet this for everybody. There you go. At Joe Emer. Pump fake, then step up in the pocket. Ooh, touchdown. Whoa.
Joe, you're not falling into the trap, are you?
I've always loved the backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys since I was a kid. I don't know what it is. Jason Garrett.
I was going to say, you're a big Jason Garrett guy.
Jason Garrett.
Drew
was
Bledsoe.
Backup. Drew Bledsoe. He became the starter. Well, then he became the back. Tony Romo was the backup.
Who's the guy that went to the Colts and stunk? I feel like he was with the Cowboys for a bit. I'm trying to think. They've had a couple of them.
I was thinking Matt Ryan. There's just a couple. From there, I'll have to look that up. But I always just enjoy. I loved Cooper Rush. I was a big Cooper Rush fan.
Oh, John Kitna was one?
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, yeah. Milton's going to play. I don't know if it's Thanksgiving Day. I don't know when. But, dude, what teams, guys? Yeah, when we were kids, right? TBS had all the Braves games. Every once in a while, you would get a Cubs game, like during the day. So when I was a kid, the Braves were besides the Yankees, they were my second favorite team. The Yankees? Yeah, the Yankees weren't my favorite team, but every day I looked at the box score to see if they won or lost. So, like, the two teams, when I say the Yankees are my second favorite team, it's because I was always watching their ass. But no, the Braves were the second team in town. In football, when your team is on at 1 o'clock every day, the Cowboys are on all the time on Fox.
Too much.
To the point where I feel like I know the Cowboys more than the Patriots sometimes. I shouldn't go that far, but anyways, we're going to see a lot of Joe Milton this year. And listen, I think Skaz, I honestly think Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in the league. I really do that. I really do. But he is older. He's making a ton of money. He's coming off an injury, and if there truly is pressure and Joe Milton is the guy, they're going to find a way to play Joe Milton and not Dak Prescott. I know Jerry Jones, the way he handles contracts, out. Let's wait until week 1 of camp. Like Micah Parsons. Well, you know how the other night you kept saying 2? Diana Rossini said 3 first-round picks. She thinks he's worth that much.
Joe, Dak Prescott top 10 QB. We'll do the exercise quickly. Mahomes.
Okay. Yep.
Allen.
Yep.
Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow.
Yep.
Herbert.
Jaden
Daniels.
Okay.
CJ Stroud. Baker Mayfield.
In 5.
Goff.
6.
Jalen Hurts.
7. Brock Purdy.
Okay. Stafford.
Yeah. 10. There's 9, 10, right?
Would you put Goff above him?
Yeah.
So I think he's right. He's on the edge there. I get where you're coming from, though. Would you have Lawrence above Prescott?
No.
Tua?
Nope.
Jordan Love?
After last season, yeah.
Bo Nix?
No.
Then yeah, I think he's in that.
He's a top 10 to 15.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well,
I would agree with that.
Can I just say 15?
And I don't want to call myself a Dak guy. I'm not, but I do think he gets a little too much criticism.
I don't want anyone to hate this take, but Drake May's not a top 15 quarterback. He's 19th right now, fantasy and betting wise, when it comes to yards, touchdowns, and all that stuff.
Drake May's ATS difference against the spread, as you know, the experts like to say, Drake May is ranked 23rd.
Okay.
Dak Prescott is ranked 7th on that list.
Okay. I have Dak in the top 10. If you want to bump him down because of the injury, go ahead. I still think the jury's out on a couple of guys, though. Like Jordan Love, I'll probably put in there because he's played really hurt last year, and they've been messing with his wide receivers, you know? CJ Stroud took a step back. I think he'll be better.
He's 10 on that list.
I still would put Dak Prescott ahead of both of those guys, though. I would. Even maybe they're even. Maybe it's a wash. I would for now. All right, we got the musings next. I saw a quote today that kind of I wanted to talk about, like a life quote. Like it got me, and I want to talk about it. And then Skaz heard something today in the off-air show. Got to hear more of this one. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
They'll take on the Padres. Roman Anthony got an extension today, 8 years, $130 million. Patriots had joint practices with Washington. They'll meet again tomorrow before their preseason game on Friday, while the Celtics, they have signed their draft pick, Max Shulga, to a two-way contract. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray.
No matter where you go, you're always connected to Boston sports with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Download it wherever you get your apps today.
You want a random take? Murray's got all sorts on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
Write a lot. I want to write more during football season. I'm not doing a betting show this year. I want to do a betting show. We'll do Joe Me the Money here still on 98.5 The Sports Hub, of course. But, yeah, I wrote an article about the odds for the Patriots this year, so I tweeted it out. Go watch it. All right, guys, I wanted to get your opinion on this one. It's more about the context of the answer more than who said it and the meaning behind it. But there's a lot going on in the wrestling world. I'm only using this quote because it made me think today. I don't know, maybe this morning I woke up and was feeling different and was thinking about life. I don't know. But Nick Khan, for those who know him, he's the CEO of WWE, but he's also a big part of TKO Sports, which is, UFC and some other adventures. Nick Khan's a very well-respected businessman across many levels, and I'm sure you know who he is. So if you don't know who he is, look him up. But he had a quote where he complained about people who say that they are too tired. And I wanted to go over this with you, Sky. I feel like this is something to muse about. Quote, I just don't understand why any human would do that. So basically, if someone emails you, typically it's because they need a question answered or they need something, so you want that person. By the way, they go on to say it's in their hiring practice that never to put out of office guy. He answers on the first ring, even if it's 3 a.m. He went on to say, in addition to out of office email replies that drive me crazy, the hey, I'm tired, that drives me crazy. Everyone's tired. The oh, I'm so busy. I read an article years ago. I'm busy is really a way of saying I'm important, so assume everyone is busy. No out of office replies here. No, I'm busy. And no, I'm tired. I don't know why, Skaz. I wanted to think about this one for a little bit. I want to take Joe the radio guy and be Joe the normal guy right now. There are times I'm tired. Here I don't put an out of office because we don't work in a timely manner. We work our schedule and our shifts.
Yeah, my immediate reaction to this is go screw Mr. Khan. Your father's worth $14 billion.
No, that's a different guy.
It's not.
It's not Tony Khan. So this is what's so funny.
Okay, so I thought this was Shad Khan's.
Exactly. So that's why I wanted to say,
no relation.
My disclaimer. No, actually, it's weird, right? WWE has Nick Khan.
Yes.
Tony Khan is the son of Shad.
No relation.
Who runs AEW. No, I know.
Okay, so
it's like Jim Murray and Joe Murray.
I thought they were.
It gets really confusing sometimes. But this is why I wanted to take it out of. That's why I wanted to take who it was who said it. I just wanted to credit who said it. Let's start with this. I don't understand why any human would do that. So basically, if someone emails you, typically it's because they need a question answered or they need something. What do you think of that?
I think this guy's just being an unbelievable hardo. Was my first takeaway.
They love the fact that someone who they employ, and it's part of their hiring process, to not put up away messages saying you're out of office. I worked in sales for years. I always put an away message when I was on vacation, and I always said, please, if it's an emergency, please contact blank. Yeah, and I would have people say, hey, Joe, I hate to bother you, but someone called about this. Could you just update me and I'll take care of it? Absolutely. So I just, it bothers me. I don't know why. I was thinking about this. And then he goes, in addition to out-of-office email replies, the "hey, I'm tired" thing drives him crazy. Guys, I know you get tired. I get tired. We get vulnerable. Like, I'm human. Dude, I make mistakes when I'm tired and I'm vulnerable. Right? Like, but it's not me telling you I'm important. Since when do who you are matter what you feel?
Yeah, I mean,
am I getting too, like...
Heaven forbid someone is a human being.
No, but like, we all deal with things, man.
Yeah, and I don't quite have the paycheck or the resources that this gentleman does, so
yeah, so that's what
he can have off.
This is my whole thing is I want you to know this morning I went through all these steps. The 3 steps of, dude, I don't want to hear some rich guy telling me about this.
Yeah,
I already processed that.
This is classic corporate jargon. Like, you want to get to where I'm at, you got to do all. And I'm sure this guy was, I'm sure there was some nepotism or something involved.
Guys, the only thing I've ever learned in life is if you want to get to where you go, you work hard.
And look,
you face adversity and you work hard.
And maybe I shouldn't say. Maybe he did work extremely hard to get where he's at, and he earned every bit of it. But now that you're in that position, we don't need the high horse. I don't need it. Congrats to him. Good for you. Still F off.
Two-sided, though. There are people who complain about being tired when they don't have it hard. Or at least they make it look like on social media their life's not hard. Right? There's people like that. I don't know why I'm digging into this quote too much. I'm being philosophical Joe right now. But, like, if you want to be vulnerable to me, guys, it's okay. I'm not trying to get all gushy, but if you just got to just tell me. I'm going to be understanding, and we're going to move on from it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this year has been if you want to get into the weeds real quick, we can do it. I've been dealing with health stuff this year, unfortunately, for longer than a year, but the last 6 to 8 months, it's been exceptionally bad. Some days are better than others, and you and the station has been incredibly understanding and good about it. I've tried to miss as little time as possible, but that's a part of life. Health is, unfortunately, fleeting at times. You never know what's going to happen, so... Yes, you are very understanding in that context,
but I'm not looking for what I'm trying to tell you is
I know.
You should be able,
yes, exactly,
to say to the guys you work with and work for, hey man, guys, I can't be there, and we've all been like, dude, let us know what's going. Hey man, I've never been pissed once that you weren't in,
and I appreciate that.
But I know,
but that's not the point.
Thankful.
Yes.
My point is like, instead of stressing the out of office email and not doing that. Can we stress vulnerability?
Like just being human, having human understanding and empathy for one another. It's
I want to bring this up. Skaz worked a construction job years ago. Like your boss doesn't care, right? I worked in the automotive business. If you didn't work a bell to bell, you got fired. Okay, so like.
Yeah, if you weren't at the shop ready to leave when the trucks were leaving at 6 or 7 a.m., you weren't getting on the truck that day.
I just want to let you. We can relate to the people who work hard and literally are in survival mode, right? Survival mode's real. It's a real thing. I'm not trying to put the mental health's important thing on you. If I tell you I'm busy, can you respect that I'm busy?
No. Answer me right away, Joe.
Can you respect my boundaries right now? Right? Is an out of office message a boundary? It should be, right?
Yeah, if I see someone here as like an away message or something, I'm not following up. I'll wait.
Jim Louth had the great... I love Jim. Jim does an awesome job. I can't say enough good things about what he has done for us at 98.5. But do you know that he contacted everybody this week and said, hey, I'm going to be gone for a week. Can you just let me know if you have any... Look, going out of his way for us. Hey, what days are you off? Like... This guy, he could have went on vacations, guys, and not even talked to us, and we just have to go to the next guy, right? I'm just saying that I think having the communication and the thought for other people's own schedules and whatever, like I would rather work for a guy like that.
Communication, good.
Thank you. God, I hope I don't sound like the preaching. We need to care about our mental health thing, but like. I know that the reason why I'm trying to say is we've worked hard jobs is because, like, I understand there are people that live that life. It's what you've dealt with, so you deal with it. The thing is, in the world, we sometimes have to put boundaries up. The out-of-office email has to happen. How do you feel about all this, Luke?
He's locked in. He's making graphics over there. He's doing something. He's locked in. Training camp. He's doing training camp reports here.
Do you think I just pissed off a bunch of people?
No, I think I don't think we did exactly a succinct job of saying what we were trying to say, but I think the greater point was there, Joe, that people have lives and they don't solely revolve around the corporations they work for at all times. And I think that's healthy.
All right, well, let's move on from the therapy session. Skaz, what'd you hear today?
I got something for you, Joe. Now, this is going to need us to you're going to want some time with this one, Joe. So would you like it now, or should we play it when we come back?
You know what? I like the tease. Let's give some birthdays out, though, because what is it, August 6th? August 6th birthdays.
I believe I saw it was M. Night Shyamalan's birthday today.
Make sure it's... I've been really good on the dates. You notice that? Knock on wood.
I'm seeing...
That must be Jeremy's favorite thing from the past. It's like, hey, did Joe get the date right?
Lucille Ball's birthday today.
Oh. Michelle Yeoh, 63. M. Night Shyamalan, 55 years old.
Local gentleman, George Jung's birthday today.
Oh, wow. Vera Farmiga, 52. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, Soleil Moon for Punky Brewster is 49 years old. Are you kidding me? Leslie Odom, 44. Andy Warhol. Lucy, you mentioned Lucy. Alexander Edith Roosevelt.
It is the Admiral, David Robinson's 60th birthday today.
I just picked up a David Robinson rookie card. It's mint, Skaz. Mint. Thought about getting it graded.
Love that.
It's only worth like under $100, but still, it's
the Admiral,
and it's mint. Anyways, if he never got hurt, they would have never got Tim Duncan.
Joe, it is Mike Felger's idol's birthday today. It is Mike Greenberg's birthday.
So wait a second. Mike Greenberg and Mike Felger have the same birthday?
Doesn't that just make too much sense?
Okay.
One and the same. The greatest facilitators of their time.
Can I tell you something, though? Give me Felger all day long over Greenberg.
Yes, at least Felger has some animation and he's willing to get in the mud every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think Mike is more authentic. Like, I hated... We played the audio, was it last week?
You're not a fan of corporate Greenberg? You're not a fan of him saying nothing ever?
By the way, I do think he does a really good job at his job.
He's great at reading a teleprompter. One of the best.
But I mean, as far as being like a sports anchor, a television anchor.
He can read what you wrote.
He's fantastic.
He's really good at it.
But when he got... when... who the hell's the quarterback now? Jordan. Who's the guy that played for the Bears? Drafted by the quarterback of the Jets. Justin Fields got hurt.
He was apoplectic. He was beside himself.
I absolutely and it made me just hate all the ESPN programming who loves New York. I hate that. Hated that. Anyways, give me Felger. So Michael Felger's birthday, everybody. Did you let him know?
I gave him a nice happy birthday on the way out. He was like, yeah. Thanks. I don't even think I got a thanks, but he was like, yeah.
So, you know how, you put too much salt on something every once in a while and you can taste it? Like me, I like a nice, salty prime rib. Salt that meat up, baby. Salt. I want the salt in my gums. Okay? Went a little deep there. He was salty today.
I personally, when I'm listening to 2 to 6, I prefer a bitchy 2 to 6 show. Those are my favorites as a listener.
Like when something crawls right up Maz's ass.
I enjoy a very bitchy 2 to 6 program.
We need there needs to be a sounder when Maz says that. That crawls right up my... And we just need a... And the show's different. You know what I mean? I like when Jim and Felger get a little chippy. Who won the bet? Drake May or Jaden Daniels? Right? Wasn't that one? He said that there was going to be a quarterback better than drafted after Drake May that will be better?
Well, he was drafted before.
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels was the second pick, right?
Yeah, Jim's Jaden Daniels. But Felger, I believe, said that a quarterback drafted after Drake May will be better than Drake May.
So that would be Bo Nix.
Or better than, Jaden Daniels. Yeah, that would be Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, whoever else. So far, if we had a show to do today, that would be wrong, right?
Correct.
Just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I love the salt. Again, I love a real salty prime rib. I like when they're that salty. Happy birthday, Mike Felger. The most influential man in Boston. Oh, we came up with another one. Well, Lifshats did. No, won't do it. I'll tell you off the air. I'll tell you off the air. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray. On the way on
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Tough inning. Jordan Hicks stinks. And, they just couldn't hit enough tonight to win the game. I know Skaz has something he's got. So do you want to do this now?
Yeah, I think we have to, Joe.
Okay.
The people would be upset if we didn't.
So set it up for us. What happened today?
Something took place on the off-air show today. I want to give Jake Seymour credit for this. Jake was like, hey, something pretty funny happened on the off-air show. And he wanted to tell you about it immediately. And I said, I said, Jake,
content.
Let me see if let me listen to a piece of it. And then I said, what do you think if we didn't tell him? And then we played it for him, and he said, I think that would be best. So here it is, Joe. Here is Mike Felger on his birthday and Big Jim Murray on the off-air show on a topic that, Joe, I believe you may be familiar with.
So which leads me to, it has to do with getting old and how getting old sucks. My first note on talking on the off-air show tonight is leakage in the ninth. Which I experienced this afternoon after I had my protein shake and went to the gym, pulled into my spot where we live, and I myself. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm going to admit it because it happens, and because I used to laugh at my friends that would say this. One of my friends who
hold on, back up. You shit your headline. You shit yourself today.
Yeah. Myself.
Would you please back up and tell me when and how it happened?
So I went to my Mondays and Wednesdays. I see my trainer, and I usually follow that up with a protein shake. Now, this protein shake that I get at this place uses this type of protein product. If you ever had a protein shake, it gets everything a little bubbly. I don't have a breakfast. My breakfast is an iced coffee and a Zyn. That's what I have, and I usually get my poop out then. That's how I snake charm out of poop. I've talked about it on this off-air show many a time. Sometimes, though, with the protein shake, there's a little extra in there, and that protein shake gets things a-moving. And so I had some spicy food last night for dinner, and that combination of that protein shake and the remnants of the spicy food was like nuclear Armageddon in my insides. And so what I thought was a fart was not, it was poop. And so when I did it, I immediately felt the wet heat, and I just myself, is what I said out loud.
Where were you now?
In my car, in my driver's seat.
Driving home from the gym?
No, I pulled into my spot at the complex we live in, and I put it in park, and I turned off the car, and I was like, ooh, let me get this gasser up before I walk in the house and offend my wife, and I shit myself.
So I have to go listen to the rest now? First off, I'm Team Murray, okay? Second of all, I think we should start admitting when we crap our own pants. I fully admit I have crapped my pants. I have been open about that cruise that was on Netflix, the
poop cruise.
Poop cruise. My option would have been to poop my pants. But I do want, again, I think when you're a kid, right? You don't want to get wet, right? He said, I can't get wet. I'm going out later. Sometimes, guys, we just got to let it go. And, it was a wet one.
And I myself.
And the thing is this is what I would tell Jim. No good deed goes unpunished.
Oh, so now you're blaming it on the gym and the protein shake and bettering himself?
No.
Why this happened?
Do you know why it happened? Not the gym, not the protein shake. Do you know why it happened? Because he wanted to do his wife a favor.
Oh, you're saying he was trying to be a good man and pass gas in his car.
He said that.
He did, yes.
So, no good deed goes unpunished. He tried to do a solid. He didn't want to crop dust. He didn't want to have to do it in the bathroom. The cat would probably be not, scratching on the door. He tried to do a solid.
And I was like, ooh, let me get this gasser up before I walk in the house and offend my wife. And I shit myself.
There you go. So again, he tried to do a solid. Instead, it was a liquid in his pants.
The noble gases, Joe, yes.
And what sucks is, all right, I haven't pooped my pants in a long time.
And the Hershey Highway.
I told you about that. So I had a wet experience recently. What were you going to ask?
That's a drop.
For example, I was home. And I guess it was a liquid instead of a gas. And I went, oh. And I changed my pants immediately. I took a shower and I said, okay, I think we're good. Put it right in the washing machine. Right in there. But I haven't had like a pants are full of foam situation, I mentioned the Hershey Highway before. Well, maybe you guys know the story. Ooh, I had a wet experience recently. A wet experience means a fart left a liquid trail.
You were fooled.
Yes. But again, liquid versus gas is always, one of the biggest battles in life, right? Liquid gas. It's one of the biggest things that we have to face in life. But yes, it happens. And where I was going with it is, when I had my Hershey Highway incident, and just to let you guys know what happened, I was backed up for 4 days. It might have been 5. And I was trying everything. And I went over to my friend's house to play video games. Okay, yeah, I know. And we got food. And let's just say within 10 minutes of eating the food, I felt the rumble in the jungle. And the reason why I went to chose to go home was because I lived 5 minutes away, but the bathroom was upstairs and his mom was up there. I didn't want to take a dump in somebody else's house with their mom in the room. All right? Everybody understand that one? So what happened was, again, I want you to know, I was backed up for 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days. This was years ago, okay? But I'm driving home, and I'm at a red light, and I go, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I remember going up Beach Street in Roslindale, right over Washington Street. And I'm going down the hill, and all of a sudden it was like, I'm a bird you cannot change. When the song all of a sudden just starts changing the beat? It was the most relaxing experience I've had. It was pleasurable. It was relief that you could not believe. And I crapped my pants in the car. It was horrible.
Hold on, Joe. Was it horrible or was it pleasurable?
Well, it was a pleasurable feeling. But then once you park the car, like Jim did, he put the car in park, right?
Yeah.
I remember putting the car in park. And I remember saying, how the hell am I going to get out of this? Because once I stood up, it was just going to be a horrible situation. And so I just walked right into the shower. Right into the house, right into the shower. Someone just texted me that they almost crapped themselves daily. I would check on that.
Maybe a medical situation there.
So anyways, that was relief and horrible. And I should have burned the clothes. Instead, I threw them right away. And I took a shower immediately. So that was my thing, Skaz, is that something you could just throw the underwear away, put a new one on, and move on with your life? Or is that a showerable offense?
You got to shower,
All right,
think.
then.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
You got to shower. Just for the sake of not only you, but everyone you're going to come in contact with for the rest of the day.
Well, people think the viewership is falling on this. I think it's only gone up. Thank you for sharing that with me, Skaz. Now, they're going to Nantucket tomorrow, right?
And hopefully there's no trouble on the island.
Oh, boy, I'd be worried. You don't want that on a plane, especially a puddle jumper.
I've been on a plane that bathroom was decommissioned because a gentleman had a bad experience in there.
Full transparency, I can't fit in a bathroom. I can sideways, but the door will be open. Nobody wants that. Okay. We good? That was great.
I thought you would enjoy that.
You know what's so funny is I listened to that today. So I must have missed the first 5 minutes. How did so Felger actually just moved on?
I didn't get too far into it, but that was so that happened very early on in the first 5 to 6 minutes, I believe.
That would have been. I could keep going if you want me to. Sarko, you ever crap your pants?
Yo, Joe.
What's up?
Been a minute.
You ever crap your pants?
Listen, I swear, I've been laughing the whole time. Hey, what's up, guys?
Sarko, you're avoiding the question.
I'd like to know if you've ever crapped your own pants.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
I was asking you, have you ever pooped your pants?
No. Hold on. I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One more time. Have you ever pooped your pants?
No, we went over this already. You remember a long time ago, like months ago? Remember I told you what happened?
That's right. I
already told you what happened. You remember I told you what happened, Joe?
Has it happened? Has it happened recently?
No, not recently, but let me tell you, it was a close one. There was a close one, bro. There was okay, so now you want to, there was a really close one. Listen, we ended up going to Kimball Farms. I've never been there before. All right?
Yep.
So, yeah, Kimball. You been there before?
Oh, yeah, I love Kimball Farm.
Okay, so I had never been there before. So we go to Kimball Farms, right? About I think it was last week. Yeah, last weekend. And then it was my wife's brother's birthday. So he wanted to go there. So we go over there and oh my God, I get the big seafood platter plate, fisherman's and all of a sudden out of nowhere, we're standing in line to do the zip line and I'm just like, listen, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go to the bathroom, bro. You know what I mean? Yep. And then I look, I don't want to make it too long, but I zipped over there, tried to, and I hate using, public restrooms. Yep. I never do it. But that was an emergency, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, now you know your limits.
Yeah. Man, yeah, pretty much. And then I was just like, you know what? And then I told the wife, I said, listen, that happens to you. It's like, well, what's up? And then I got on the zip line because, I got back on the line. It was still on the line.
Good for you.
I was like, damn. I told her if I would have been on the zip line and felt that way, what do you think would have happened?
It would have been like the Sandlot, except it would have came out of your butt. Thank you, Sarko. Sorry, man. John is in Lynn. John.
All right, Joe, have you ever been to Johnny D's in Somerville before?
I know where it is, yeah.
All right, okay. So this is going back about 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Go to Johnny D's in Somerville, eat a bunch of wings, drink a bunch of beer, and then I had to hit the road to go to my buddy Dave's house over in Malden because we were watching SummerSlam that night, right?
I got you, yeah.
All right, so about halfway from Somerville to Malden, I get the bubbles, right? And can I say the F word on the radio?
No.
Fart word?
Fart, yes, you can say fart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I let out a little fart, right? But it was a little wetter than I thought it normally would be. So whatever. It didn't smell anything drastic. So end up driving to Malden, get to my buddy Dave's house, and now I really got to go. So I go, Dave, I got to use your bathroom real quick. He lets me in. I get in there, pull the pants down. I start to do my business, and I realize that the underwear and the shorts are just covered. So I pooped my pants on the way to SummerSlam, coming from Johnny D's in Somerville about 15 years ago.
What did you do in that situation to clean it?
Okay. So these guys were already partying, right? So it was loud in the living room, so they couldn't hear what I was doing in the bathroom. I turned the shower on, took the underwear off. I threw the underwear in the shower. I took my shorts off, and I scrubbed the crap out of them, literally, in the shower. And thankfully the shorts were black.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I put the shorts back on wet.
Yeah.
Threw the underwear out in his little bathroom barrel. You know, little bathrooms have barrels in them, right?
You left skidded underwears in someone's bathroom?
No, Joe, I put it in the little barrel, and I took the bag out, and I wrapped it up, and I brought it into the kitchen, and I put it in the kitchen bag, and I changed that trash, and I said, guys, if we're going to be drinking tonight, we're going to need a full barrel. So I pretending to change their trash to put empty beers in there. I ended up pulling the whole bag out, brought it to the dumpster, threw it away, came back in with my mostly clean shorts on, spent the rest of the night commando and watched SummerSlam.
So you watched?
Nobody was alive.
You watched SummerSlam Commando with your boys.
Hey, I did. I watched SummerSlam Commando the other night by myself. Whatever.
How many beers have you had tonight?
None tonight, actually.
Oh, really? You sound like a guy who just said, "Hey, man, I'm trying." Oh, yeah. How was that? I don't even know. Where are you?
Talking. No beers tonight, brother.
Where do you go in Lynn anymore to have a beer? Where would you go? Like the?
I live in Lynn, so I don't honestly
like Rolly's Tavern or whatever.
The Lazy Dog. Yeah,
Lazy Dog.
Right there next to each other.
Hey,
I live in Wyoming Square, so yeah.
What happened to Lake Winnipesaukee over there?
Dude, the thing has been under construction now for about, I don't know, a year. All you see is the people sitting outside. You know what I mean?
I live down the street from there.
Do you really?
I live in Peabody, but yeah.
Oh, you're a Peabody guy. You like Ramsey's, right?
I'm Ramsey's. I walked in. I had to tell Ramsey who I was one day. He's like, "Hey, man, where do I know you from?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. Where would you?" And then I had to pull the card.
Hey, listen. So, speaking of, have you been to the Wadhurst?
Oh yeah, Wardhurst. Yeah, yes, they got a good little prime rib.
Every Wednesday night. Do you like fried chicken? You obviously like fried chicken.
Yep.
All right. Every Wednesday night, they have $15 buckets. You get 10 pieces of fried chicken right there at the Wadhurst. It's delicious.
Well, just remember.
Look into it. Anyway,
I will say this, John. I'm at an age now where if I crap my pants, I'm going to tell the people I'm with. Maybe I'll meet you over at Nino's.
Hey, man.
Appreciate it.
I just wanted to give you a blast from the past, literally.
Thank you, buddy. A blast in the past in your. Let's take a break. Hey, you got something.
So, yeah, Kimball. You been there before?
Oh, yeah. I love Kimball Farm.
Okay, so I had never been there before. So we're going to
I love you, Sarko. We're comfortable, right? We should be able to if you crap your pants. Skaz, if I crap my pants at work, I'm going to tell you. I don't know if we'll talk about it.
Thank you, Joe.
Luke, I'm going to tell you if I crap my pants, okay? What would happen? Hey, man, Luke, you got to take over.
You put him in the one chair.
Hey, you might not want to sit in this chair.
Ends up in number one because of number two.
Because it is called the a-hole chair. All right. Well, Luke Fitzpatrick's his name. Where does he go to school?
Ithaca College, Joe.
I knew that.
Why'd you ask?
Because I wanted you to say it.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of Ithaca people in here, huh?
Oh, yeah. We've discussed that.
We one time did a bit called Is It a Bomber or an Ithaca Bomber? Or,
I actually listened to that on the podcast, Joe.
Well, you know what? Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, you're going to give us the headline here?
That's the plan.
All right, he's going to tell you what happened to the Red Sox tonight here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, Joe. The Red Sox had their 7-game winning streak snapped tonight. They lost 7-3 to the Kansas City Royals at home. Dustin May made his Red Sox debut and was fairly underwhelming. A generally underwhelming night for the Red Sox pitching staff. Roman Anthony signing his contract extension early this afternoon and then had a home run robbed by Mike Yastrzemski in this game. But yes, Roman Anthony, an 8-year, $130 million contract extension as reported by Jeff Passan this afternoon. He is under team control until 2034 as the deal will kick in next season in 2026. Patriots training camp continued today. They will be off tomorrow before the preseason opener on Friday night at 7:30 against the Commanders. Today was a joint practice with the Commanders, and it was not one without some drama. A couple of fights broke out. Travion Henderson trying to get a pass block in led to a fight. Mike Vrabel getting in the way and ending up coming out of it with a very bloody cheek. So the Patriots getting into it a little bit early on in the season, showing some fight. And as mentioned, the preseason opener, that'll be 7:30 at Gillette Stadium against those very same Washington Commanders. Sports Up headlines, they are presented by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm intern Luke.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're